And I believe we're live. You know, I'm gonna start it off like this.
What's up?
Y'all ready for this? Because we got birthday boys in the chat.
He said, "Y'all ready for this?"
I'm gonna do my best Marilyn Monroe impersonation.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. I'll end stream. I'll fucking end it. I'll end it. Don't do it. No.
Okay, all right. I'll leave it at happy birthday, fellas.
Yeah, no Marilyn. No, it's okay. We're good.
All right. So I'll leave it at happy birthday, fellas. And I'm talking about those in the chat. Timber, who's celebrating, I believe, his 31st birthday. I see Shinrock also this week has celebrated his birthday. My Bronx Boogie Down buddy. I believe he said he turned 40, so that's 40 years young. And then my brother Logic, best co-host in podcast gaming. I'm not gonna tell you your age unless you want to.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I think it's
and Shinrock, because they already said their ages.
I actually think my my birthday's on my Twitter, like my actual full birthday. I don't know.
I think I've removed mine. I don't need people to tell me, remind me.
Well, they don't. I mean, no, they could just listen to the pod for the last year and a half.
Yeah, but see, yeah, true.
That's
true. But happy birthday! Happy
Thank
birthday
you.
to all you boys out there, all you gamers and fanatics. Hopefully you guys had it. I know Logic did, but hopefully the rest of you guys had a great birthday and are continuing that birthday. Because if you're like me and my traditions, I don't celebrate a birthday just one day. It literally is the birthday month. I'm that guy. So hopefully you guys are able to do that, or at least a week or extended a weekend or whatever it is, and enjoy that and do whatever it is that your heart seeks and for enjoyment and whatever it is. So, and hopefully you guys had some good birthday cake. You had birthday cake?
I did not. No, I'm not a big birthday cake person. I mean, I prefer like pastries or things like that.
Same.
Like 7-layer kind of thing.
Not even like maybe an ice cream cake. Like
no, because I don't mind. I don't mind it. Listen, I'm not gonna be like completely against it. Like if people want to do cake, or whatever, like that. But it doesn't need to be a whole like to do.
Okay. And maybe like what's the Pepperidge Farm, like the 3-layer cakes, kind of like the refrigerator section.
I mean, even if you want to get like a nice like cupcake and stick a candle in it, maybe, I don't know. 2 cupcakes and put the numbers, the number candles in them.
Yeah, like each side of the candle.
Yeah, fuck. You know,
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I don't mind the minimal. I think once again, like the older you get, the little more minimal you get on it, and it's not to be like a whole like party pooper thing. It's just kind of like, you know.
No, I'm the same way. I legit. I know this is gonna sound sad or whatever, but it's not meant to be. But I don't like. I legit don't celebrate my birthday anymore. Like I haven't
Not in the same. Not in the same way.
not
Like
in the traditional way. Not in
yeah,
the traditional way.
yeah.
I don't get gatherings in the house or whatever, and just I don't do it. Like I haven't done that in years. Now the kids is a whole different story.
That's what I
Kids,
mean. Yeah, for sure.
if and I asked them now because they're young adults, and I was like, it's up to y'all, whatever y'all want to do. I'm down for whatever y'all want to do. It's just when it comes to me, it's like, and the wife's the same too. It's like, it's not that we don't celebrate our birthday. It's just like after a while of doing it for so long, it's like, okay, happy birthday, give me the cupcake or whatever it is, and we'll move on and move on. Hey, we'll celebrate it the way we want to celebrate.
Let me go play my games. Let me go to the movies.
Go play my games, watch my sports,
dude,
go watch a movie. Hell
so
yeah! Like,
so my best friend hit me up. She was like, what are you doing for your birthday? I said, I got no plans. I said, but if I wanted to do something, it would literally be go to the movies and grab a bite to eat. And she was like, bet. So, you know, Saturday, literally, you know, she picked me up after I had, by the way, started a new job this week. So that was good. Got a little part-time work going on now. So
oh shit,
yeah. So that was actually a good early birthday present because if I'm
I told you this in chat. Don't be turning corporate of you.
No. It's okay. I'm not. Well, see, that's why I'm not saying where I'm working or anything like that because either way, whether you know, I told you or not, like my views wouldn't represent my views are my own and they don't represent the company that I work for. But I'm also just not telling you the company that I work for, and I'm not posting that shit on social media. Kick rocks. Like I was that person that used to update the Facebook profile back in the 20s, be like, started a new job here. Now I'm good. It's like, yeah, I don't need to know.
I mean, there was a time for that.
Absolutely.
Where we proud of what we got and what we landed.
I'm still proud of what I'm doing and stuff like 100%.
But in a way where like before socials were good at that. But
I'm good. I'm good.
We're in a different era.
Too many fucked up people out there.
You said this in the pot. Let's pull it up. Hey, XYZ. Exactly.
How do you think about an employee of yours having these type of views and opinions? You know, what the fuck?
PC Xbot lover.
Right? Gee, yeah, right. It's like the fuck. Yeah. The fuck. Literally has nothing pertaining to my job at all, but whatever. Nothing. But yeah, so literally found out about that. So then I had like orientation Saturday morning. So after that, I got out. My friend picked me up, and then we went to go see Ant-Man. Was dope, by the way, too. So I'm glad I actually went to go see it. I mean, I was definitely gonna go catch it, but I'm glad that I actually went to go see it in the movie theaters in one of those nice, like the really nice like chairs, like the luxury chair shit, like the ones with the seat goes all the way up.
You went fancy.
And it was 3D as well too, which was dope as well. The only thing I will say, and I don't know if you noticed this as well when you saw the movie, certain parts of the movie that were like kind of dark, and maybe this was just me because it was in 3D, they felt a little too dark, and certain parts of the movie that were bright felt a little too bright. That was me.
I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to agree because there was times when the CG was like, yo.
And I don't want to spoil anything and whatever.
Mine was IMAX, which I would have assumed quality,
right.
IMAX.
Right.
But it was like, why is it like I noticed that, but not to the point where like it threw me off the whole movie. It was noticeable.
Yeah.
Like, why is this so dark and this is not darker?
And this,
it's kind of weird.
Yep. So, but that might have been like the only complaint that I actually had from the movie overall. I really enjoyed it, and I recommend if anybody's Marvel MCU fan, not necessarily just a Marvel fan, but MCU fan, definitely check it out. It was definitely a fun experience, and it sets up a lot of stuff.
I like
it definitely sets up the next Loki season 2 for sure, and just a lot of other stuff after that. Can't wait. Very excited. So so did that, and then just the gaming, obviously, Destiny. Yeah, I mean, I'll get into like a little bit. I know we're kind of like talking about the weeks and shit. I figured I'd take the lead on that. So I was playing a little Destiny. Lightfall came out. Everybody's jumping off the rails with opinions and stuff like that. Honestly, I'm one character kind of grinded in through the campaign. I enjoyed the campaign. I'm enjoying the new subclass. I think they probably missed the mark a little. I'm not going to do a whole big deep dive on it. But so far I am enjoying like just the gameplay loop. So that's why it's like story. I mean, I wish it would kind of it would have landed a little more closer to home for me, being how there's not much Destiny left of this saga. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But
so it's like it's a bittersweet. Like the ending is coming. It's like
yeah.
no,
So I wish there wasn't so many unanswered questions at this stage of where they're at in the story narratively. But supposedly they came out in this week at Bungie, their TWAB. And they had mentioned that throughout the year they're going to be answering a lot of those questions through the narrative seasons and stuff like that.
Nice.
So which is fine. So I guess we'll just have to kind of wait and see with that. So that's why I'm not gonna go off the rails. Fucking IGN 5 out of 10. I'm sorry. I'm I don't think it's a 5 out of 10, but I'm not gonna number grid it as well too. I, being the Destiny player, am enjoying myself playing the game. Narratively, I wish be more, but I'm looking forward to the raid. Looking forward to do high level content.
You're telling me that you're letting entertainment entertain you?
Right, exactly. I know. Fuck, weird, weird. I know.
That's weird. That's weird. It's weird. You're letting entertainment entertain you.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. I mean, and it's 2 for 2 at this point because you read critic reviews on, and I didn't touch them, or you look at critic reviews for Ant-Man, and you would have swore that it was like the worst Marvel movie since Thor 2.
Well, I saw what was it? The Rotten Tomatoes, where it was like the critics were shitting on it, but the people that actually go
have 80, 90 like review score or something like that. So
actually are watching it to watch for what it is.
Yeah,
that's the thing. People, to me, I get when it comes. We spoke about this. When it comes to the MCU, too many people expect Oscar-winning performances.
Absolutely, it's like you're going to see a comic book movie, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
what are we talking about, man?
When you watch these movies, it's for pure entertainment.
It's off the page, bro. Like you were saying, off the page shit. It's off the page shit. It's that feeling of like, yo, didn't you wish like back in the day, like when you read the comic, like you could experience it in some type of animated form? And sure enough, they're actually doing that to a certain extent now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, come on, man. What are we talking about?
If there's one time you're gonna stop being an adult, is when you watch a comic book movie. Let that shit entertain you, man. When we were kids reading these comic books, it was the same thing where we had filler comic books and shit went off the wall sometimes, off the railing. They had like that one saga, that whole time, like that whole plot line that extended through a couple of years, and then it finally came to fruition, and we're like, oh, this was cool in the comic books.
Yep.
Same thing with the MCU. We got through that whole 10-year saga with the whole Thanos thing. Now we're back to fresh start. Like, enjoy what's coming, because guess what? We always do this. We don't enjoy shit now, and 10 years from now, we'll remember when. Man, I wish we can go back to that shit.
Yeah, I wish I could have took it for what it was back then and not shitted on it right away or whatever.
Appreciate it. Appreciate what you can watch and what you like. What you should let enjoyment out of it. Like, and if you don't enjoy, I'm not saying you shouldn't.
Yeah, don't be forced. Yeah, don't force yourself to enjoy something you don't.
Don't move on. Like, it just gets. I would say this: go find something that actually makes you smile and laugh.
Yep.
Because that's a good thing right there. But yeah, man, I enjoyed it. I liked it. I watched it in IMAX. It was good.
Yeah, so did that, and then I just now, because I put it in the title, so since I put it in the title, I think I should have played the fucking thing a little bit. I know you didn't get around to it yet, but it's okay. So I'll kind of we'll leave. But you've seen.
I got my reasons, but
which is perfectly fine, because there's so many games to fucking play right now. So
we ain't got none, but yo.
So for the last couple of hours, I've been messing around with Wulong, getting my ass kicked, and I can't wait to talk a little bit more about that later on in the show.
Okay.
But yeah, man.
Well, at least one of us tried it out. At least one of us played it.
Yeah, no. So
it's important to the topic, I guess.
Yeah. Like I said,
we don't perspective from the outside looking in.
I mean, we don't have to spend an hour on it, but like I said, I'll give you. I said first impression, so like, and that's literally what it is. I played through the prologue.
Next week, I'll definitely have more to talk about.
Exactly.
When we get to that topic. Yeah.
Exactly. So but that was pretty much my week.
That's a solid week.
I would have to say so.
Jobs.
Yep.
Yeah. Watched a good. Well,
I watched a good movie. Yeah.
Watched a good movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. It sounds like you had a productive and real fun week.
Yes.
I can't top that at all. Like, my week was like nothing.
Oh, it's not about topping. It's about how was your week?
I'm gonna surprise you, and I think I'm gonna give Chad a break this week on this game. But I didn't play Call of Duty all week long.
Seriously?
No, I didn't touch it. Now, one day of this week I touched it. Last time I played it was last Sunday.
Okay.
And not because sucks and you up, none of that shit.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with that. I finally got Hogwarts. We spoke about that. I think I said that last week that I finally got it.
Right.
And I've done nothing, and I mean nothing but played fucking Hogwarts. Nothing but play that game. The game's got me with 5-finger grips, 2 5-finger grips. Like, it's got a death lock on me. I cannot move forward until I'm done with that game. Like, I'm legit enjoying everything, every aspect of it, all the little secret doors and areas and the walls you could walk into, and like just the combat is so fluid. Like it's really, really, really fluid. Like the whole stop feeling ill. No, not at all, man. It's just
That's funny.
it, when a game like Hogwarts comes around or Elden Ring or something that gets my attention, I fully and I'm remember now, if you guys have been following me, I'm also, when a game is that good, I'm a completionist. I can't let go of a game until I'm fully satisfied, whether 100% completed numerical wise, like achievements, or just me satisfied with everything. Like I've gotten everything I can, every single drop before DLC, if any DLC drops on it. Hogwarts is that game, and I'm literally 4 achievements away from completing it. And all I gotta do is play the game 3 more times for with the different factions of different houses, which is like Slytherin, Hufflepuff, and I forgot what the third one was. But I gotta finish that, and then I'm done with the game completely. But it's not even about that, man. The lore in this game and how it ties everything together, and trying to get that true ending and all that. Like it's so good. The game is so. That's what I've been playing, man. The whole entire week I've been playing Hogwarts. So I took a break. I haven't even done the last final challenges or the events, I should say.
That's
For the
dope.
crossbow.
Yeah.
I haven't done that. So I got to do that. But did that. Watch a little bit of man. Like we said earlier, my opinion on it, I enjoyed it. It was good. Jonathan Majors Kang is amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't spoil it. Amazing movie. If you guys are into the MCU stuff, either watch it in theaters or wait when it drops on Disney Plus if you have that service. If you have that account.
It'll probably be like, what do you think? Like May?
It'll be like
May, June.
Yeah, I'd say May.
June.
May, June. Yeah.
Yeah.
So enjoyed that. And then this was a fun week when it comes to like entertainment, meaning Attack on Titans is back.
Yeah, man. I know you've been watching that. You've been watching that. You watched that with your son, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And the last time it was on was last year. It's now entered its final season.
Yeah, it's the final part. It's the last season, but like the last part of
they took it and made it into 5 parts for the final season. 2 parts being this week. The next 3 they haven't announced when it's gonna drop. It's already been done, but they don't know when they're gonna drop the last 3. So that came out. You got Demon Slayer came out this week. The new season Demon Slayer is out, and this is from an anime fan, by the way. And then you got what else did I? Last of Us. I watched that, obviously. Oh, Mando's back.
Mando's back. I haven't seen Mando yet because just with everything going on, but I have to check it out. I am going to check it out.
So good.
Yep.
So good.
Yeah, man.
And for my cartoon fans of the Star Wars series, in the very, very, very beginning when they're doing the time traveling stuff, you know, like what do they call it? When they're in the vehicle and they jump in their space.
Yeah,
hyperspace, there you go.
Yeah.
Hyperspace.
Yeah.
Pay attention to what, you know, Baby Yoda or Grogu is watching in the distance. Oh my god, that they made that part canon.
Okay.
Mind blowing. So Mando was good. That was this week. What else? Oh, watch, you know, a little bit of spring training. Baseball's back.
Yeah, man.
Still adjusting to the new rule with the speed of the game and how the pitchers have to throw within a certain amount of time, and the batter got to be all that yada stuff. But trying to get accumulated to the new rules of baseball. For those who don't watch, I watch baseball. I'm a Yankee fan. We are Yankee fans. That's it. And the Knicks doing really, really, really fucking.
Knicks have been freaking crazy. The Rand. I mean, I've been seeing it quickly. I'm like looking at these scores. Yeah. They scored like 145 points the other day or something stupid, right? And then they had and then Randall going off with a game-winning 3. It's like, okay, yeah, sure, why not?
Like.
And he had 43. And he had 43. I think 43 points that game as well too.
Yes,
something crazy.
Rebels callback, Paulie. Rebels callback. He knows what I'm talking about. But this is for my brother Nick because he's gonna listen to this pod. I've been very critical, especially because he's a real sports. He's like a Clippers fan, which like we go back and forth with basketball.
Sure,
he's a big basketball fan, and like I've been very critical of Knicks when it comes to when I chat with him. Is like critical of like especially Randall. I've been on that wagon. Was like. Trade that man. Rightfully so, because his game was not there. It was just not there. And like whatever he did got him back to that player that he was 2-3 years ago before the bubble season happened.
Yep.
He's back to that. And I'm enjoying this. And you got those fans that are like, oh, now you want to enjoy get on the bat. No, it's not now. It was warranted. What he did was not good. So the criticism he was getting was warranted. I'm just glad that he adapted to it and is actually elevating it. Like he's literally took that heat and said, I'm going to elevate with it. He didn't just deflate and go, all right, cool. Yeah, I think I suck. I'm going to suck more. You know?
Yeah.
But no, and legit, they got a point guard. When's the last time the Knicks had a point guard? A legit point guard.
I don't even.
A facilitator, a leader, somebody who actually commands the floor.
Penny, maybe.
Like
maybe
Stefan in their old ages.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, if you want to go back that, I'm saying junior, not like, you know what I mean, like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I mean, yeah, we could go through the whole. Because I guess you could do Latrell and like, you know what I mean, like you could play that game, right?
Well, we had our fair share, but it's been a while since that's happened. We haven't had a solid.
Like, maybe probably Stefan, maybe, right?
Probably Stefan, yeah. I mean, if we're being real here, this guy coming in, as our point guard, I was that guy. Was like, they overpaid that guy. Who is he? Like, I understand he came off the bench for Dallas, but like, who is? Like, I didn't know legit who he was.
Right.
Nick was the one telling me, "Nah, he's good. Watch." He even sent me highlight film of this dude from Dallas, and I'm like, "Oh, okay. Brunson looks legit. All right."
Yeah.
And he is legit. The man is a clutch baller. He's a leader. He calms the team down. He also tells the team, "Yo, whoa, relax. We're up by 2. It's not that deep. Like, let's win this game for." Like, he's that guy. He level heads everything. So I'm enjoying it. Paulie in the chat saying he bleeds green, baby, and they play the Celtics tonight. Woo!
That'll be a good game.
That's gonna be
Sunday night. Yeah, that's gonna be a very good game.
Is that the game we like 140 something points?
What's that?
The Celtics game. I think because they played them like 3 games ago.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they beat them 3 games. But that was my week, man. I've been doing that. Played nothing but fucking
Hogwarts.
Just Hogwarts. That's it.
I mean, I told you when I was playing. I told you when I started playing Hogwarts. It's definitely one of those games where it's like you're playing it. It's like it's hard to put the controller down when you're playing. Like once you get into
the combat is fluid. It's just so good and satisfying, man. I even made a short out of one of those damn things. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was my week, man. Very, very good. We had good weeks, I see. Yeah, so everything kosher. I should say. Let's set up the chat before we get into these topics, though.
Absolutely.
We have the birthday boy, one of the birthday boys in the chat. Timber is in. What's up? Turpin, one of the best moderator in podcast entertainment. We have your brother Dravens in the chats. We have Fats back. He's up in the chats. Welcome. And we have Shimrock, the other birthday boy in the chat as well. Appreciate you being here. Support. Stubbs is in there. Appreciate that, man, for the support. He's been really giving me some good tips on like the DSP side of things, on what to look for and like how to look for the Apple Podcast numbers, that kind of stuff, and to see how to increase engagement on the pod side, the audio side of things. So we've been going back and forth with that, so that's pretty good.
That's dope.
Let's see, we got did I miss anything?
You got Shin.
Paulie's in here. Shin, Shin, another birthday boy. Shin Rock, my brother from another mother. He's in there. And then I said, Paulie, he's in there too. I gotta say this. I'm not gonna say it because I want them to announce it first, and then I'll let you guys know about that. But I'm gonna be very soon on a podcast.
Word.
That I hold nearly and dearly to my heart. I've been watching these boys for quite some time, and I'm finally gonna be on that pod. So, but I won't say which one. I'll let them announce that. And then we'll go on from that point. But I'll be on that pod, so stay tuned to that for that announcement. That's gonna be cool.
Nice.
Other than that, man, chat. Welcome. It's Sunday. We are episode 79, and we're about to jump into these topics. Logic, what do you got?
Check out a particular interview this week. So it's just some random person actually did an interview this week. Actually, just this guy named Phil had an interview.
Lord, let's get crazy with it. Lord Phil. Uncle Phil?
Who's calling him Lord Phil? Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil's wild, but I don't know if I could call him Uncle Phil because
I've seen Lord this week,
but rest in peace, Uncle Phil though.
Rest in peace,
Uncle Phil for sure. If you know, you know.
TV dad. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. Phil Spencer on Xbox On. So Xbox On.
Phil Spencer on Xbox. I like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So Xbox On, is that pretty much their? Have you seen that YouTube channel before?
I've seen
Xbox On. Yeah. Okay, so I'm sure I've seen videos from here before. I forget. I mean, I don't know what it's mainly used for. I guess it's mostly used for like content like this. You would say, right? Like interviews.
Yeah,
stuff
one-on-one
like
interviews, and sometimes they'll play they'll host like I've seen her, the one on the screen right now. I've seen her do gameplay.
Sure.
Like a gameplay stream, like something new coming out, like Pentiment or. They'll do that. They'll jump on a stream and do that because Xbox does curate that for them or help them curate that. So it's pretty good.
Sure. So yeah, man. Now this is chaptered. Thank you for that, Xbox on. We appreciate that. And
always a pleasure.
So we're talking over it here. She's asking him about so a couple of things like when they were getting into it at the beginning of the podcast. She was asking him about what games he was playing. So he's got a Series S with his X screen, dude. Telling you, if when I pick up an Xbox again, if I'm able to get an X, I'm gonna pick up an X. But if I do end up getting a Series S, I think the X screen is almost like a must buy, man.
Well, there you go. Stubbs just confirmed it is an official Xbox channel. Listen, if you're listening to our pod, we are truly gamers. Yeah, we don't report the news; we talk about it.
Well, yeah, no, but I know. Well, it's not even correction. I don't believe I said I didn't. Not to say that I was saying that it wasn't official. It's got 647,000 subscribers. That's not what I was getting at. All I was saying was I don't remember really seeing content like they have an official Xbox channel as well too, an Xbox YouTube. Where they do their showcases and stuff like that. So I was just curious to see I was just curious to see what actual content they put on this particular YouTube channel. That's the only thing with the Xbox on. But it looks like it's stuff like this. So he was talking about on a Series S that he was taking with him with his X screen. Those guys too that make the X screen are loving the promotion at that point. I like
that. That little my daughter's thinking of
little plug, dude.
Yeah, a little plug. Yeah, but it's pretty cool. She's thinking because she has the S and she's thinking about getting a little screen like that because she likes that. She's like, that looks cool. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, it does.
So he was talking about. I think he said he was playing Vampire Survivor. He's like addicted, right?
I think he finished it. Yeah, he finished it. Yeah.
So
literally finished the DLC and everything.
Yeah, so they talk about Vampire Survivor. He's also a big Age of Empires 2. He was talking about playing as well too, and he likes the controls. Yeah. So we go through it and stuff like that. They talk about the Direct. They talk about the different games. They talk about Tango. He actually talks about help me out here. Tango's CEO that's retiring. Or their lead, the head of studio.
I'm not going to even try to attempt his name.
I know. Draven will type his name, and one of you guys will type the name in the chat. Yeah. I apologize.
I won't attempt it.
But yeah, he mentions that as well too. They talk about the different games and stuff. Obviously, the meat and potatoes Activision thing. I'm going to actually unmute here, and I'm going to let it play out a little bit just to hear what when you talk about like what people say from their horse's mouth. Like I don't want to parse words. So
yeah.
We're going to unmute here real quick.
Announce your interest, your intention to acquire Activision Blizzard.
I like
how
you say it was my interest.
Well,
like
I just you decided, one day and went, look, lads.
I got a little bit of cash in my pocket. What should I do today? Yeah.
So I'm keen to know.
Yeah, because it was his idea.
Right.
Shinji
Mikami. His back pocket and gave that. Yeah, I got that. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me go get it.
Yeah, it's his 69 billion actually. Draven, thank you in the chat. Shinji Mikami, thank you, appreciate that. The legend.
Thank you for.
It's the legend. It's the legend.
I literally butcher it. I butcher even if you say you just said it right now, and I'll still butcher it.
Shinji Mikami. Yeah. So it's the legend as well too. RE creator, Dino Crisis creator, man. It's the actual legend. Himself.
He's been talking about retiring for like hinting. I'm talking
for somebody that's been in.
Some time now.
For somebody that's been in the gaming industry or any industry at that matter for as long as he's been and like working probably nonstop on just games and stuff like that. It's like
and launched a brand new studio, successful at that.
Yeah, man.
And hopefully left some legends behind, which we already know. Hi-Fi Rush.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Yeah. So it seems like Tango's definitely they're heading in a good direction as well too. So it's really dope to see. But yeah, so
what's the reaction been like watching that all unfold as fans around the world respond to this news?
I think for the community, the Xbox community, there's a lot of anticipation, a lot of excitement. Like anytime we're making big moves, people that are supportive of what we're trying to do and what our vision is, we just get a lot of excitement. I think for the industry, and I think this is right, there's questions about, well, what does this mean? What does consolidation mean? Yeah. Like, how is this going to affect competition?
What does it all mean?
Spending a lot of time with regulators on those same
the numbers, Mason.
Questions, and I think for a deal this size, that makes
it's provocative.
Right sense. Like we should be able to have open and honest conversations about what is this. I think if you take a binary position of every kind of business move is wrong or every kind of business move is right, there's probably not the right way to do it, but thinking about competition and are there kind of remedies that we should put in place to ensure that healthy competition matters. Like I'm very supportive of that, but it has been fun to see the Xbox community just see that the company's behind continues to be behind what we're trying to do.
When he means the company is why because for people that aren't understanding, when he means the company, he doesn't mean he doesn't mean Xbox. He means Microsoft.
He means Microsoft. The bigger picture.
He means Microsoft, the company with all the money.
A lot of people tend to lose that part of the conversation. It's
right. Not the gaming division.
Not the gaming division.
Yeah.
Microsoft as a whole. Remember, they have the cloud. That's not just on Xbox. They have it across everything in their company. It's big. Yeah. This deal for them is big. It's a big deal, not just for the gaming side of things, but for like the cloud stuff and what they can bring.
For the mobile.
Games, that's a big deal, which nobody seems to talk about, but that's a big deal. That's a huge deal, actually.
Yep. That was another thing Subs was saying too. They were doing this. This is Bethesda. That was another thing. Thank you, Subs, for mentioning that. They were actually doing this in Bethesda, UK.
Yes.
That's where he is right now. Because then he was heading over. Because I think he was heading over to Ninja Theory because he said this earlier in this interview that he hasn't been there since obviously like pre-pandemic times. So he hasn't been able. So he was kind of like doing the rounds, kind of checking stuff out.
Catching up to that, right? Like it's what?
Yeah, man.
2 years removed from the lockdowns, and
then now he's just able to get around to get out there and stuff. Well,
they're already in Europe because of the whole the whole CMA.
Exactly.
And I'm always curious to know.
Was the CMA they went to? Yeah, that's why they were in Europe. But he's already there. He might as well do the round.
From Xbox's perspective, how do you see, or why do you even see Activision as an exciting prospect to have within the Xbox family?
Yeah, because we spend so much time talking about Call of Duty on PlayStation. Like it's just the topic. Because I think it's, not to minimize it, it's kind of the easiest topic to go to. If you think about Xbox as only people who play on console, then you say, okay, how does this impact our competition with PlayStation, another console? I'll say from the beginning of this, it was never about that.
I'm just going to pause that again, too.
It's crazy how... Did he really just say the PS word on Xbox?
But even there too, saying it's never about that, and then everybody comes out the woodworks and say that's not true. That he could say whatever he wants. He doesn't really mean that. Of course, it's about Call of Duty. People not realizing the scope and how big of which this acquisition is outside of Call of Duty because of all the other ramifications, and what this actually means for Game Pass as a whole. And everything else that's going to happen in the gaming industry if the deal actually gets inked.
Well, it'll leverage. For me at least. I mean, this is where I fit in with this whole logic. It's like the leveraging of prices.
Yeah.
These games are getting expensive. They're only going to get more expensive.
Yeah.
To allow like us, we already do a subscription based thing anyways. With everything else, why not gaming? And I'm all for that. Like at the end of the day, if it's probably taboo to say this, and I'll probably again lose my damn Xbox card, but at the end of the day, if Game Pass exists, even without the actual not needing a console, I'm all for that because it still allows me to play video games at an economic price point.
Yeah,
$15 a month or whatever it's going to be in the future. I'm still able to play hundreds of games that way. That's where my lane is. I'm a gamer at the end of the day. Give me the access to these games without having to spend and break my damn piggy bank.
Yeah.
So I'm all I'm all for that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We never had in our model anywhere where we're pulling Call of Duty or something away from PlayStation.
Cackling.
No, yeah. And I know for the Xbox community specifically, they might eye roll at this, but as we think about what we're trying to do,
the CEO of the okay, that's what I mean, dude. I'm gonna just and apologize for stopping this. If you guys want to watch this through, it's available on the Xbox on page and stuff like that. But I just wanted to. He's got to preface what he says to his own fan base because of how crazy. And I don't want to say you because that's not fair, but how crazy people get. He's got to preface what he's about to say. Okay? Kick it back for a second.
Xbox community specifically, they might eye roll at this, but as we think about what we're trying to do at Xbox, we want to build a gaming platform where the world's best creators can build games to reach players anywhere.
Pause. Anywhere. Not necessarily on a particular plastic device.
Nope.
Okay.
On a stick that goes to TV,
on the TV, on your phone, on your tablet, on your laptop, on your piece, everywhere.
Look, listen, he's aware that we are we're utilizing our bathroom breaks at work for video game playing. He's aware of that, so he wants you to play those games while getting paid at the toilet. He wants that. He understands.
Yeah. That's his. When people talk about like your utopia, like when you'd imagine you're like utopia. Phil Spencer's utopia is you being able to take a shit and play like Halo.
Yeah. That's how I imagine. That's the vision when they were at the board, talking the vision.
Right.
That's the vision. Like the toilet, you sitting there, company paying you. Let's maximize that.
Right. Exactly.
That was the conversation.
Let me go run a quick rank sesh.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
Whether they're playing on
do it number
console,
2 while doing number 2 on these players.
Playing
my
on
God.
PC, playing on their smart TV or their phone. And every time we were kind of going through our logic, what we realized, and it's painfully obvious, is that we don't really have any capability.
Shut your logic.
Right? I wrote the cue cards. Evidently, it's probably what it was. I mean, he got the cue cards in the email from me.
Oh
yeah.
And yes, in case you guys were wondering, the check cleared.
Mobile today.
Nice.
We don't have our studios. It's not what they've grown up doing. Mm-hmm. We don't have a ton of players there, so it's really a space that's very foreign to us. But it's the largest gaming platform on the planet.
And the big wigs at King are going to know a thing or two about
they
mobile,
will.
huh?
And even like Call of Duty Mobile and Diablo Immortal, right? So for us, the logic really starts.
He said Diablo Immortal, and then everybody who's played Diablo Immortal is cringing like, you stole all my money, but the game was too the game is too grindy, and I couldn't do it, so here's my wallet anyway. Here's my credit card anyway because I'm addicted.
Started from how do we gain more capability on mobile, both creatively as well as having users, but also obviously when you look at what Activision Blizzard King is, the PC heritage there.
Do you want to guess why I just paused it again? I mean, the context is there too. PC.
Okay. PC.
He shouted me out again. Thank you.
The PC community.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Daddy Phil.
There. The stuff we can do with Game Pass, I think will be great
Uncle Daddy,
for the community and people who are on Xbox. But the real strategic angle behind this was we need to get relevant on mobile. And
they're not spending $69 billion for Call of Duty, you fucks.
Can we stop with that damn narrative that it's only about... I mean, we get it. They're in court, or they're fighting over the whole Call of Duty bullshit. But it's not about Call of Duty. People take those scopes off and literally pan back, zoom out a little bit and see the overall. King Games is the primary focus on this buyout. They want that mobile space. They're a technology company. They need to be relevant, not just today, but 10 years from now. And they have analytics and numbers that support and produce these type of things that lets them see as much as the numbers will let them see.
It's called forecasting.
Mobile
forecasting. Yeah.
Mobile gaming is part of that forecasting. Who other than King can support that? They see that vision and they're wanting that. They want to buy that.
Exactly. They see the success with things like Diablo Immortal. They see the success with things like Genshin Impact, and they want that type of success
Genshin,
in their portfolio by any means necessary. How much is it going to cost them? $69 billion.
It turns
out they'll probably reproduce that over and over again in no time.
Activision Blizzard King is the largest mobile publisher outside of China.
Indeed.
So it turns out that Activision Blizzard King is the largest mobile publisher outside of China. And it turns out that Activision Blizzard King is the largest mobile publisher outside of China. And
last time.
It turns out that Activision Blizzard King is the largest mobile publisher outside of China.
Okay, that's it. That's really what I got, Kills. He talks about some other cool stuff too, but that's really, I did want to focus on that as well, just because I don't need to read through FTC fucking paperwork, even though I thought that was fun too. And I do, and like I said, we're not going to go off the rails here, okay? But also another thing, and I'm just, because I had this video up, and I'm not going to play this video, but Hogue, everybody knows Hogue Law, I'm assuming?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't implore, but I recommend anybody that has the opportunity to, if you haven't watched this yet, the Hogue Law breakdown of the FTC on the motions in respects to Sony and Microsoft. with the case that's going on right now in the FTC. Check out this. I mean, he's back. He had a brain aneurysm. You know, he's back trying to get through, making some YouTube content again. So definitely wish him well.
He's coming back.
He's coming back.
I'm glad he's recovering. Yep.
Absolutely. Obviously prayers to him and everything like that, but he's back giving content. And I really hope like you guys just take a listen to it, because it's good to see it from like somebody having perspective from the law side and having somebody break it down that way and what that paperwork actually really means, instead of me trying to like go to, and I'm not shitting on Dustin from IGN or anybody like that, like trying to go through somebody else and have them interpret what, you know, a document from the FTC is, or even just me not knowing certain things and stuff like that. Like, you know, go to somebody that's got the law degree and like, you know, have him break it down
and understands what's happening and how to break it down neutrally. Like not this. I'm on this side. I'm on that side. He breaks it down literally down the middle on what's happening on the law side of stuff.
Exactly.
Like, this is what can happen. This was should happen. This is what historically has happened in this type of space when, you know, buyouts are happening or acquisitions. Yeah. Like he speaks logically on that kind of stuff, and I do enjoy his content. I really, and I'm glad the man has been recovering. He's hoping for 100% full recovery.
Absolutely,
and he's back giving content, man. I appreciate his content.
Yeah,
so good stuff.
So so I definitely recommend you guys checking it out. But it kind of just ties into more or less a little bit like what Phil's talking about it as well over here too. But you know, that obviously gets a little more in depth and stuff, because while, you know, Phil's the public face and stuff like that, the lawyers are on the back end trying to do the best they can to, you know, make sure shit goes through. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So full transparency as well too. So they talk here as well too. The next thing, Xbox Call of Duty's parity plans. So this is good as well.
You already mentioned Call of Duty.
Yeah, this is nothing new. He said this over and over again, like through official documentation, through Twitter, and now on this show. Like he said this over and over again. It's not about ripping content out of anything. It's 100% the same game on one is going to be on the other. Nintendo's gonna have the same. I don't know how they're gonna pull that off, but Nintendo's gonna have the same exact game as any console out there.
And then
it's gonna be the same game.
And just to even highlight that as well too, before I let this play, me and my brother Draven were having that conversation, and he did bring up a good point. Like, knowing now, like it is a 10-year deal with Nintendo if this goes through, but like to think like you might not see a Call of Duty game for this generation of Nintendo's hardware. Just being honest, like, you know, because it's not like the Call of Duty studios were like, oh yeah, just in case like we decide to like have a deal with Nintendo, let's just start making a game for them in the background. Like, they're not going to do that and allocate resources, right?
Unless they're planning to run these Call of Duties on this Switch right now through a cloud system. I don't see this Call of Duty being on a Switch, this generation of Switch. I don't. If you look at like what your brother's saying, same thing. A 10-year deal, you gotta assume and speculate that in that 10 years they're talking about a new Switch that's unannounced.
Exactly,
because there's no way to run a Call of Duty on this Switch. It's unless you parity is what I want to say. You can run a Call of Duty, but you know, like the same exact one that we're playing on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. That's not happening. They don't have the hardware for that.
Right.
In that.
Not to say that it can't be done, but not to have the, like, to your point, like what you were saying, the parity where it's like where it actually runs how it should run and stuff like that.
Cloud, unless there's something there that like there's some verbiage saying that the way we're gonna get it on your platform is through a cloud, you know, subscription or service or what. I don't know how they're gonna get, but I see it more being so like what your brother you just finished mentioning, where in the future, in the near future, we'll be sitting. Well, not that they have to, because Switch sells like a damn hotcake to this day. But you know, I'm sure a new hardware will be coming out. Something maybe close to the S in hardware, like something like get close to that. They don't have to even go X or PlayStation 5, just S, like close to that as possible. You know.
Yep, absolutely. So played this through.
Maybe hanging on that point a little bit more, because you have said really clearly you don't intend on making Call of Duty an exclusive Xbox title, but a lot of people interpret that word differently. So for you and for Xbox at our current position, what does not exclusive or exclusive mean to you?
We want to increase the places where people can play Call of Duty. I think a little bit like Minecraft. Mm-hmm. I think when we acquired Minecraft, our monthly active player base was 20-30 million. I'm doing this from memory, but I think that's about the size that Minecraft was, and I think it's about
just 20-30 million.
Maybe 120 million monthly players on Minecraft. And you do that obviously first and foremost by nurturing the creative, make sure the game evolves and the teams have the resources they need to build a great game, because in the end it's all about great games.
Flexing.
With Call of Duty, I think we've made some specific agreements with Nintendo and with NVIDIA to ensure the game can show up in front of more places. And you obviously don't make the game bigger by taking it away from anybody who's playing
absolutely.
today.
Yeah.
I looked the other day. We have 58 games in our portfolio that are available in the PlayStation Store today. Now, we've acquired a lot of those, like the Doom games and the Fallout games, but even things we're updating, like ESO, Fallout 76. Yeah. And so we expect to hit a certain level of quality on all of those games, the level of quality that PlayStation players expect. So that's our goal. And the same thing on PC and the same thing on Nintendo. And so when we say available everywhere or not exclusive, we want to make absolutely the best version of Call of Duty for any player on any of those platforms.
And does that include anything in regards to exclusivity in regards of content?
No.
Or maybe like Warzone-based access?
No, we're not.
Love that. Full stop, no.
Well, because like I sit here today with a great game that's come out in the last couple of weeks, Hogwarts Legacy, and yes, there is a quest that's available on PlayStation. It's not available on Xbox as part of that. And I know this is part of the industry. That's not the game we're trying to play here either. It's not about a skin on a gun. It's not about a certain kind of mode of the game that we...
How about a fucking strike mission and a weapon locked out for a whole year?
A strike mission for a whole entire year. Like, yeah, I'm glad he full stopped that though. Like, no, we're not doing that. We're not gonna split the community and go down and say you get privilege to this and that, which some of us assumed as an Xbox game.
He didn't even mention the beta
coming. You know, Call of Duty might have something like us. You know how games release on multi-platforms, but if you bought on a specific platform, you get a skin that's like a blue for PlayStation, a green for Xbox. Like, I was like, at least hoping something like that, but not. Full stop. We're not getting any of that. Like. No, we're same exact game, content and everything is going to be on all platforms. Yeah, I believe as a Call of Duty player myself, I should say, it's a good step forward. Yeah, the best right foot forward, like to make this game great again. Like you want to like stop splitting the community up in such a way where it's like we want the install base to be more on our side, not on your side. It's a multiplayer game. You shouldn't be splitting the community.
Because listen, and that's the thing too.
Not to say that these cosmetics, are OP in any way. It's just a cosmetic.
But cards, but dude, cards on the table. Like incentives are the reasons why people will choose X over Y. Like that. Yeah. Like you will literally you get the beta 2 weeks earlier. Like for Call of Duty, I guess I'll buy this game on PlayStation because I could play this game. Like you know what I mean?
How much? What is something about Call of Duty titles making producing more money on the PlayStation side, not Xbox? Well, sure. Yeah, because the marketing deals
the incentive is to go and play on PlayStation because you get more content. Even though it doesn't do
nothing to your game.
No, not at all.
As far as the guns and weapons and how it shoot. No, but still, for the casual that is not into this type of news, they're looking at it and go, oh shit, the full version is on this. I'm getting that.
I'll play this out in a second. Do you know what professional Call of Duty players do? Like, you know what they did when Modern Warfare 2 was coming out? You know what they had to do? Because remember, the professional players, play this game on PC now. They've been off of the PS4. Because they never got to play on the PS5, but they also were forced to go and switch to the PS4 as well when the marketing deal first started. Okay, professionally, they've been off that. They've been on PC now for a couple of years, I think, since the CDL started, essentially. So it was 2019. So now, what they ended up having to do is they all got their PS5s. Right, or they didn't have a PS5, so they had to go buy a PS5. Like they were all. If you watch their content and streams prior to like the beta coming out, it was all like, yo, I got to get myself a PS5. I got to go just so they could go and try out the game the weekend earlier before it becomes available. Even though it's not going to be the same version, even though more than likely the better version will be on PC, the version at least that they have to play is the one on PC, right? That they play on 240 hertz monitors with uncapped frames. That's what they play on. That's what the pros play on. But yet they were out there buying PlayStations if they didn't have one already to be able to play the game to get the early because they wanted to play their early access because they're pro players.
They want to see these maps and see the angles and what it's like practice to them, and it's expensive, but that's the what do you call that, the field that they're in. They are. Some people may not view it this way, but they're athletes in the esports world.
in the esports world, absolutely.
Yeah, so they need the advantage by any means necessary. And if it means getting a PlayStation to play it early, then they do that. So yes, of course, PlayStation numbers are higher in sales because that's why.
I mean, that's one of the many reasons. Not to mention things like FIFA and things like everything. Like, there's so many other things that are just ingrained as well. I mean, you could just kind of go down the list at this point, But just talking about this, because this is where it's relevant with Call of Duty and stuff like that, I don't think it's going to be any less likely that people are going to want to go and buy PlayStations if they want to go buy a PlayStation to do it. The biggest difference is going to be when you know that you could get this game and games like Diablo and other games that are made by Activision Blizzard for a subscription service for $15 a month right now, or 10 on or 10 on PC, absolutely.
Or 10 on PC, right? Yeah. So I mean, that's to me is the biggest thing. Like, all the vision has been clear for quite some time. He just keeps repeating it. It's not that they're not trying to take these games away from anybody. They trying to, if anything, they're trying to expose it and make it bigger than whatever it is. Like, can you do that? I don't know, because Call of Duty is a huge title. How do you make it bigger? You want to expose this everywhere by allowing access to it at a different, price point. At a subscription price point. Yeah. That's what he's trying to do. He's not taking it away from nothing, but it is what it is at this point. He has to keep repeating that because some people,
and real English quick too, I think just language, with the chat, just with what Redders and Stubbs was saying, Stubbs, like, you kind of make a little bit of a point. Anybody that's going through any type of like mergers and acquisitions or stuff like that are going to have to like what's going to be talked about. Like, this whole entire conversation was ran through their lawyers to make sure what they're talking about could potentially be talked about
by lawyers, but no, this does have to go through lawyers.
Yeah, almost all conversations at this point make sure they're scanned.
You're turning down a corporation.
Yeah.
Same version of the game will be.
So I mean, I'm sure that conversation got sent to the lawyers and they approved it and looked at it and that stuff. But I don't think he's being handled by lawyers. That's what we're suggesting.
Is really what we do today. Like, if you're a Minecraft player on PlayStation, I don't think you feel like you have the lesser version
of
Minecraft or Minecraft Dungeons or Legends, which is coming out when it ships.
Yeah. Which is going to be cross-play as well.
That's right. And we want to make sure those players feel like they have a great experience on the platform they choose to play on.
So that's why Xbox is interested in, going down this road hand in hand with Activision Blizzard King. But what's the benefit to gamers and creators? And if possible, is there maybe an angle in the UK that benefits them?
In the end, it's all about player and creator benefit. Like, we know that as building a platform, if our players aren't finding great games to play, and if our creators don't feel like they can build the best games and find players for those games, like, nothing else matters. So the thing that gets excited to me, one is obviously Game Pass. I'm like a walking ad for Game Pass.
But it sells itself as well, kind of. I feel like I just have to say to someone what Game Pass is, and they're like, oh, wow, that's great, actually.
Yeah, and people who haven't tried games before will give them a try when the cost is just different than having to go buy it.
I wasn't buying Wulong. I'm gonna put that out there. I was not buying Wulong.
I appreciate the honesty that we do with this on this pod, and that's the thing a lot of people need to understand. Wulong game, as fire as it is, and I can't wait to play it. It's not one of those games I was going to go out and pay 70 or 60 for.
That's not even the type of game that I technically would normally play.
Yeah, it's not a game I would play. It's not because it's a bad game and I wouldn't pay for it. I've been on the record saying I don't put value on anybody's pocketbook. Whatever you deem value to you, it's you. It's subjective.
Exactly.
I get that. Exactly. For me though, Wulong is not my type of style of game. I wouldn't have gone out and got that. Like, because of Game Pass, I now am excited for it and I can try it out and go from there and go, this is for me. I'll keep playing it, or I'll give it a pass. Yeah. But that's what Game Pass does, and that's an amazing thing. Now that we don't get no goddamn demos anymore, like, we rarely get any kind of demos, and we got to rely on on reviews and critics. We all know how that goes.
Exactly. So yeah, so I mean, and that's where my head goes to when I think about Game Pass. The amount of games that I'm exposed to that I generally probably wouldn't have purchased because of the type of gamer that I am and the type of games that I gravitate to, just the amount of exposure I have to a lot of these games, because of Game Pass. Outside of the games that I want to play, the Halos of the world and things like that. You know what I'm saying? The Minecrafts of the world and stuff,
Definitely.
Retail.
It's more accessible, right?
So, I think about Activision, Blizzard games. I think about the long history of great franchises there, making them more accessible.
I do too.
Like, obviously, things will be for sale, but also a part of Game Pass, I think, is a great value for players. I also want to be able to give those creative teams as much freedom as I can to go do
money. Now, freedom in that context means money.
Money. That's exactly what he's talking about. Creative freedom.
Money.
Moolah. The
Money.
green.
And also, and freedom to basically go make shit also too that maybe isn't like, in the grand scheme of things, like, the factory line, like, okay, we need a Call of Duty every single year kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of that. But a lot of it is just, if you have more money to operate, maybe you get to go be more creative. It's like you tell a creative, listen.
Not that. No, and I think in my opinion, not that Activision needs the money to be creative like that. But
Right.
I think in that conversation, when it comes to creative like that, opening them up, I think it's more so of go explore these IPs you haven't touched in years. Like
Crash.
Let's get some Crash.
Let's get some
you
Crash.
You don't have to rely on one or two franchise anymore. Let's get fresh shit in here. I want more Crash on my damn thing. I want more like that part. Like bring that to the forefront. And I think that's the creative part he's talking about when it comes to this acquisition.
Let me get Spyro. Wasn't Spyro under Activision? Spyro.
Spyro SPIR.
SPY. Somebody help me out here, chat.
Is that Activision?
Somebody help me out.
I'm sure it is. And those games kind of just made by
amazing things for the creator community at large. And I think we've seen this.
If you developers, Toys for Bob, Insomniac Games, and
Toys for Bob.
And Vicarious Visions, VV.
Yeah, Spyro.
Publishers were Activision.
Yeah, Spyro. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, who has the actual IP? And it's
that's Activision.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'd kill for a fucking Spyro. I'd kill for Spyro HD. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, that was my childhood. Give me that shit. I fucking love Spyro. I'm sorry, I'm that guy. Like, I was playing Spyro on the PS1.
Like that, little platforming games like that.
Yeah, man.
We don't have that anymore. Like, we really, we want to talk about live service this and live service that, but literally we went away from that space of games being fun.
Just a game.
That's why High Five for me hit. It hit so good. Because it's a game that doesn't take itself serious and it's cartoony, it's fresh. It's what gaming is about. It's just play the game and not mind-numbing fun. Like I would enjoy another Spyro. Bring that shit back. Hell yeah. Crash, COD, WoW, and Hearthstone is what Timber says is the game that they make. Yeah, bring those games back. Let's make gaming be gaming again. Let's have fun with it.
Yeah.
In reactions to the deal, it's not like you've seen the industry come out against, like third-party creators come out against the acquisition. Because we're trying to create a larger marketplace for people who are building games across more screens. Different business models help players, and it helps creators as well. And that's our job. And in the end, this has to benefit players and creators, or it hasn't been successful for Xbox.
So on the topic of exclusivity, some people have pointed out that when
it's disruptive, Game Pass is disruptive to the industry. I mean, that's just.
Let's call it what it is. It's very disruptive. There's nothing like this has ever been put out into the gaming world until now. And the fact that it has the potential of being as successful as many has been putting it out to be, it's disruptive. It's literally flipping the industry on its head and changing the format of how things play out. And the fear there is if I'm not equipped to play that game, I'm gonna lose out on it. That's the biggest fear in the industry right now. But you got Tencent out there, you got Embracer Group out there, and now Xbox. They're just trying to keep up with these companies and not be irrelevant is the word I'm looking for. Not be the company that's like forgotten and going, man. Remember Microsoft? They don't want to be that. They want to be in that space. They don't want to lose out on that.
Right.
It's reality, man. That's in the tech business, not just gaming, but in anything tech in the tech world. Literally every 6 months that landscape changes. You got to be able to keep up with those times. And even then, even if you have all the analytics and all the forecasting and all that down pat, you got all that. You got the best people in the world working on these numbers and crunching them and telling you this is how it should go, where we should be going at. That doesn't guarantee that you will still be in that space 5-10 years from now.
Yeah,
that's the risk that they're taking with the $69 billion deal.
Yeah,
like who knows if this works out or not? We don't know that. We don't know if COD in 5 years could fall apart. We don't know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Microsoft acquired Bethesda ZeniMax, that Starfield was stated as a title that wasn't going to be exclusive to Xbox, but has since switched. So I'm wondering, or at least I know some people are going to be wondering, is that going to happen to Call of Duty, or what's to stop that from happening there?
I don't think I ever said Starfield was not going to be exclusive to Xbox.
Now you said that, people are going to go through and watch hours worth of content.
I know, and
so I like the confidence.
Yeah, because I think what I said is we're going to take it on a case-by-case basis. I said we're not going to pull games that are on other platforms, so we'll continue to support the communities of games. And you know, as Elder Scrolls Online has been doing their annual drops and their content drops, those have been on PlayStation, those have been on PC, those have been on Xbox. All the PC for some of those ships a little bit earlier, but the console versions ship at the same time. We've updated Fallout 76 on all the platforms at the same time. Exclusive titles in the console space is part of the business. All platform holders do it. They're kind of, more than kind of, they are marketing beats for the platform. And we see that. Our competitors have a lot of exclusive games. So when we're launching new games, there are certain games that we're going to make. Exclusive for us is always a little bit hard because we ship everything on PC as well. But let's just say ship on Xbox and PC and available on cloud. And some of those won't be available on other competitive platforms. But there's no example in Bethesda of us pulling something away from the PlayStation community that they had,
zigzag on it.
or games that people are playing, not us not continuing to update those. I'd say the same thing with Minecraft Dungeons and with Minecraft, and we'll do the same thing with Legends when it comes out. You know, if I look forward, I think people playing more games across more devices is just where gaming is going.
It's the right thing, huh? That's what we want, right?
And the biggest games, if you look at like a Roblox, you look at Genshin Impact, you look at things.
He said the thing.
He said the thing. He said it. I mean, why is nobody talking about Roblox? Hell, that game just put out a whole Call of Duty.
I feel bad for people with young kids. I literally feel bad with people with young kids right now.
Oh, bro, my son, I would walk into my son's room and I think he's playing like a legit AAA title.
Sure.
And he's not. He's playing freaking Roblox. And somebody created the whole world. I'm like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Like, did you know there's a whole title out there that plays exactly like the original Modern Warfare 2? Like
I think I did see something about that.
Money played it. Money literally plays that. Yeah, I played it. It's like it has a blood splatter on screen like the old Call of Duty.
That's crazy.
Cancel, like attach, everything is there. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, that's what Roblox does. But he said the thing, man.
That's crazy.
To tie it up a little bit for me, you gotta zoom out on this type of these type of conversations, because it's not about X versus Z or Y or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
To me, it's more like the reason why people get bothered by the deal. Yes, I get it. There's a PlayStation versus Xbox conversation here, but I'm not gonna have that. What I want to focus in on is the reason I think people are having these conversations, admittedly or not, is that a lot of people in the gaming space, because of nostalgia and everything, they like the status quo. And when a group, a company like Microsoft comes in, and as Stubb said in the chat, they're disruptors. When they come in and try to change the game and flip it on its head and try to innovate new things and new ideas and be more creative, the ones that are like stuck in their ways, that don't want to move from that budge. Now, I'm comfortable here. Why would you want to move?
Yo, Kills. It's no different than what GameFly did to fucking Blockbuster, man.
Yes.
Like, it's literally, it's like, you got Blockbuster, and me as a kid, that was me as a kid. Like, only on the birthdays I was getting, in high school. Oh, you get 2 new games, whatever like that. I remember, okay, this is the game I'm getting, this is the game I'm getting. Oh, but we got the GameFly subscriber. I remember when GameFly came out, I was doing literal fucking backflips. Telling my aunt, I said, there's a subscription service, because this is also, too, I think, around the time Netflix CDs. It kind of like, it was just easy. But it's like, instead of just going to the store, because this eliminated, because here's what GameFly did. GameFly eliminated the need for my aunt to be like, oh, I got to take you to Blockbuster. It was no longer, you don't have to go, just like, oh, you could just go online and you could just rent out the game and stuff like that. Dude, that was like my childhood, man.
In that conversation, I had family members who were against me going on GameFly. Like, I had literally, I would have a cousin visit me to stay over and everything, and he'd be like, "Yo, let's hit up Blockbuster." Why? I got GameFly. Nah, bro, Blockbuster is like, that's the shit, that's the move. And because they were so caught up in that comfortability, that comfort zone, they didn't want me to do GameFly.
Yeah,
it's like, bro, like it's access to games that I can have whenever the hell I want. I don't have to wait on availability. Like, well, sometimes they when it first.
And they let you buy the games from Games. They let you buy it on discount.
Yeah, you're gonna have in just life, you're gonna have those who don't want to budge. They're okay with where they are. They don't want to move. They don't want to think different. They don't want somebody to come by and tell them, hey man, I love what you're doing. Let's try it this way. Like it happens at work too. When I was a corporate trainer, it was the same thing. It's like, it's hard to teach old heads or people who are stuck, not old heads, but people who are stuck in their ways and have been doing it consistently for years. It's like teaching what's that saying? Teaching a old cat new tricks, or
teach an old dog new tricks.
Right. It's the same aspect of it. It's like it's telling people you've been gaming like this for a while.
Yeah.
But we want to change that up, and it's uncomfortable for that. Like that whole man, that's uncertainty for me, man. I don't know what.
Right. And not to say that everything new is always going to work. Like, not to say that every new iteration of something is always going to be like the best iteration and the good thing. And I think up to a certain point, and you could agree with this because you've been doing it for a lot longer than I have, because you've experienced Game Pass now for years. Like literal years, when Game Pass wasn't what it is now. Exactly. So you come from a place where you experienced Game Pass when it wasn't the service that it was today. So you know what it's like to be when they first started out and the offerings that they had to now the service that it's become and the service that it's still trying to be after that. And the evolution of that. And it didn't happen overnight. It took years to get there. But they were still persistent and they didn't stop. That's, I think, what I can appreciate as well too. They didn't have a couple of bad months and things like that, and maybe not some good interactions and not a lot of subscribers and stuff, and said, we got a can, it's not going to work. They stuck through it because they were like, this is where we gotta be. This is where we gotta be, and just wait, and look what'll happen if we get to a certain dude. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about.
Content is king. Like I'm that guy in all aspects of life where I'm okay with trying something new. Looking at it from a broader perspective, if the vision's there and you're telling me this is what we're working towards, and it sounds like a good plan, and it doesn't sound shady as hell, like I'm there. I want to see the growth of it. I want to experience it. I want to see the end game of this whole thing. If there is an end game, the fruition of it, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
And this is nothing different from. This is not short of that. It's the same thing. It's just on a gaming thing, because there are gamers out there, that only want to play AAA titles. To them, indie games don't excite them. AA titles don't excite them. Anything short of a beautiful story-driven game doesn't excite them. They want that to stay the status quo, and it's going to stay the status quo. That's not changing. What's being asked of us is to start like the creativity side of things come back to the gaming world. That's what's being asked. Like, we need to I'm all for creativity, and that's what gaming should be about, creativity. Let's try new things out. Hi-Fi Rush, I keep going back to that. Something new, something fresh. Pentiment. They were able to try that because of this, what Phil said, the creativity part, the allowing teams to be creative, because now the money is there. And they allowed to work on projects like Pentiment and Hi-Fi Rush and sneak it out and go, hey, here's Hi-Fi Rush, and enjoy it. Like, that's what gaming's about. It ain't about the big marketing and the $100 million ads that you see every here and there, because I know people complain about that too, but it's not about that. It's about when you hold that controller and that entertainment is in your face, it puts a smile, it puts a laugh, it gives you memories. You're playing with your friends, you're playing with your family. I'm getting cheesy here, but that's what gaming is about, and it should be about. Fun, not this Uber, oh my God, the gaming industry is going to go away. And if it does, what happens then? Does your world end? No. You will adapt and adjust like you have been all your life. Yeah. Everybody does that. It's like, it is what it is.
Yeah, man. So overall, I think, overall take on the interview?
Solid. He did repeat a couple of things that's been said in the past, but the whole ABK thing, I'm glad he's putting more of that to rest. Sure, there'll be more questions coming out of the committee for that. But that he put the Starfield thing to rest again. But the ABK stuff was refreshing. I enjoyed that, and the explanation on, like, fleshing out the explanation of why it's happening and where they want it to go, that stuff.
And where they're thinking about it as a company overall, and not necessarily just what it, obviously it is what it means for the consumer and what it means for the Xbox fan, but also what it just means for just gamers in general, everywhere. So.
If you're a gamer, you embrace this, man. It means you can play more games that are better, without having to break your pocket,
Yeah.
And we all know there's a lot of, we're in the U.S., but there's countries outside the U.S. that struggle a lot when it comes to these prices of the games. It may be 70 for us, but 150 for some.
Yeah, I don't envy Risk and Doom and everybody over there, all the Jedi, everybody over there. Shout out to Xbox Infinite, Timber and Brazil. Yo, my guy, and not to bring it, but it's like, you gotta like really be out here like grinding just to get like an updated system, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
Listen, if you're out here selling your blood for a game, that's not the way to do it, bro. That's literally
like it's legit. Like it's like a legit arm and a leg for, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. See, look, $350 for him.
Yeah.
What's 70 for us? Come on, because again, currency fluctuates, right?
Currency change and everything like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
it's what it means on a global scale. It's more than just what it is, and
that part is missed a lot by a lot of people.
And you would just hope that more people, and it's not like everybody, doesn't have a right to like think about themselves and stuff like that. But also too, it's like when you think about it in general and stuff like that, you want to be inclusive, right? And you want to hope that everybody can try to get the same experience that you have. And I think that's only fair. I think everybody should be able to have a similar.
I just think the conversation shouldn't be, I can afford it. If you can't, oh well. Like,
too bad. Yeah, tough shit. Yeah, tough shit. Kick rock. Yeah, kick rocks. Yeah, I could pay 70.
I want you to experience what I'm experiencing.
Yeah. I could pay 70.
If you can pay Game Pass price and still get that experience I'm all for that, because I want to talk to you about the experience I had, and I can't talk to you if you don't play the game yourself. Like, that's where I'm at. Like, I don't care how much you got to pay to get there. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's gatekeeping to a certain extent. It really is.
To a certain extent, it is gatekeeping to a certain extent. It's like, I pay 70. You should be paying it. So your experience is different because you pay less. It's always no, that's not how it works. It's the same exact game. I just pay less. You choose to pay more because you can, and you want to. That's just it.
But yeah, man. So yeah, no, I thought it was a dope interview as well too, man.
And just solid.
And obviously there'll just be more, the closer we get to like, the deadline and stuff like that, the more and more information will come out and stuff like that.
Did they set that yet? I think it's supposed to be July or something. What's the deadline?
But there's a lot of different deadlines and stuff like that. Like April is supposed to get some stuff, end of March supposed to get some stuff too. So like I said, these next couple of weeks are definitely going to be, filled with a lot of more updates and information and stuff. And if we sound like a broken record on this podcast, I'm sorry, but it's just, obviously it's what interests us. It's what we like. And we talk about what we like and what interests us. And I mean, Call of Duty, we're the Call of Duty guys as well too. So if you tell us that we don't have to pay $70 a fucking year for Call of Duty, even though, shout out to my dad because he bought Call of Duty for me. But it's like, if next year, like
it'll save money.
I mean, like it's like if we're only buying if we're only buying season passes next year because we get the base game, like let's go.
Not even if you think about it that way, you pay for the season pass one time, you get enough coins in there to buy the season pass every single season. Now the money you are saving, the skins, if you are into that stuff, the skins, the weapon skins, and that that's where it gets interesting. You're saving me all this money. In return, I'm going to be buying your stuff. Think about like the vanilla price point. That's not where they make their money. Like they make their money on residuals.
And MTX and microtransactions.
Oh, MTX. It's residual income. It's business 101. Yes, it's cool. It's cool to pay 71 and done, and that's it. You get that money, but the business turned into the whole residual. I want income on a daily basis coming in, just flowing in. How do we do that? MTXs. But okay, so let's eliminate the $70 price point, make it where you can access it at $15, $10, whatever it is, for subscription. Now you're gonna have people go, well, shit, I saved this money. Either I buy me another game with the money I'm saving, or I can go ahead and invest in one of my favorite games and buy skins and DLCs and season passes, all that stuff.
But the only thing that doesn't change is the guaranteed revenue you're getting from that person every single month. Because it's a guaranteed like you've secured and you've locked in $15 from that person or $10 from that person every single month. Every single month. And how many more can you add? And that's the numbers game that they're really playing. So yeah, man, it's pretty dope. Man. It's pretty dope stuff. We'll go in between some stuff here. You remember the Atlas Fallen?
I remember when they announced it. Was it last year?
Yeah,
2 years ago?
Yeah. So there was some little updated stuff here. I'll zoom in a little bit on it.
Focus.
Focus Entertainment. So
I don't think they've missed any game I play from them.
Yeah, no, they've been pretty on point.
They're really good.
Definitely, I remember when we did see the trailer. This definitely seemed interesting. I think we're close to actual release, May 16th. Right around somebody in the comment was pretty funny.
I was like, wow, May 16th. That's like literally 2-3 months away from now.
There's a little comment interaction that I want to go over real quick, but I'll go here. So take on a heroic journey, breathtaking world covered by sand, explore ancient ruins, and unearth mysteries of the land of Atlas. Atlas Fallen releases May 16th, PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. Gameplay reveal trailer will be coming soon. Stay tuned for new game footage, which is dope. So we're definitely going to show that here when we get that. So right here, Xbox, we're looking respectfully. So right here. So this one was pretty funny. No, why on the same time as Zelda? Why? Focus. This social media manager.
Game Pass conversation, right? Like, access to everything. So imagine games just being available on Game Pass. This wouldn't have to be a problem. Like oh my God, Zelda comes on the same day. I can't afford. Maybe I'm just assuming it's an affordability.
Well,
issue,
no, I think this person is just like, nah,
I don't want to split my attention between two different games. Like,
yeah. So Focus goes, actually, that's 4 days after Zelda. Channel your inner speedrunner. You can complete it and jump to Atlas Fallen. Right? He goes, wait, are you really, or they go, are you really suggesting me to speedrun Zelda in 4 days? What kind of monster are you, Focus? Come on, grab that Master Sword, rush Ganon, in and out adventure. My God.
This exchange is
that was
gold,
funny.
Man.
That was pretty good.
Look at the meme. Look at the gif.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, shrug shoulder.
Yeah.
Dude, so that'll be it. So hopefully we actually do get that gameplay release.
I'm thinking we probably get that since this is May 16th release. We'll probably get like this week. I think is going to be a lot of news coming out. I think this is one of them. They're probably going to drop that trailer. They didn't say what date, obviously, but maybe this week, maybe the next week. But it is coming on May 16th, so the marketing machine does have to start at some point soon.
Yes. Another quick thing I'd like to mention as well too. Counter-Strike 2.
This came out of nowhere, huh?
CS:GO or Source 2. So for those of you who know, Source is the engine developed by Valve.
Every Call of Duty consideration.
Yeah. So so Source 2 is rumored to be coming. An updated CS:GO set to release Counter-Strike 2 beta very soon. This just came out today. This is very exciting. I mean, there are people that play Valorant and stuff like that, and I wish I could really get into Valo. I mean, I devoted months and years.
Dude, this came out of nowhere, man. When this tweet came out, I was like, what? Like, are you serious right now? An actual Counter-Strike 2. Not global, not Cisco. It's just an actual sequel with a new engine.
Yeah,
attached to this, I'm all for it.
So supposedly Counter-Strike 2 apparently ready to go with a beta version due release in March. April 1st at the latest. So sometime, it definitely leaked. This is very exciting news right here. Source 2 version of Counter-Strike will apparently boast 128 tick servers. Not to get too technical, but that's like one of the highest rated tick servers you could have for multiplayer gaming. It just means like, it's just really fluid, fast-paced first-person shooting, this is very exciting stuff. I'm very excited about this.
I guess the way they explain it in I guess in this generation of consoles space is like 60 frames versus 120, smoother.
Well, I think they still tell like tick rates on console. Like I think the tick rate for Destiny is under 28 or something like that. Like it's something stupid for consoles, for perspective. So like how fast the actual information in the game is refreshing. Back to you on your console.
It's talking to the servers and back to you.
Yeah, it's crazy when you think about it. And in a game like this, where
response time is really good,
we're talking about like milliseconds, like between like shooting and stuff like that. Like you want high tick rate servers, obviously, which you could generally only get on third-party websites. So Valve is out here saying like, "Fuck that, we'll just give you the server." Like you know what I mean? Like Valve was like, enough of this third-party shit. Like why don't you just play on our servers at this point? So like stop this third-party shit. Like, which I still think they'll be there. But
leaked. I think there was probably a plan where they introduced this on a trailer and then say, "Go play the beta now."
Yeah,
I think that's where that's what happened here. But
don't we also have? Don't we normally have like a game developers conference? Isn't GDC? Is it GDC?
That's at the end of the year. That's around.
I thought GDC used to be around.
That's a lie. GDC's before E3.
GDC 2023. I thought GDC normally March 20th to the 24th. Game Developers Conference. That's right. Damn, I'm good.
Take it out. Take a swig of my water.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're good. So GDC is actually March 20th. I mean, shit. I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna get this type of news now that we're getting close. I mean, literally close to that date. Like the other day, like when you tweeting me the link for this for the channel, like when you made the pod, I was like, it's in May 5th for real?
Yeah.
March 5th. I'm going, are we blowing through? Like, it felt weird to me that we were talking about March 5th when February just ended.
Yeah, we're 3 months. We're 3 months into the new year already.
Into the new year already. That's into the Resident year, I should say, because it ain't new no more.
Sure.
But yeah, man, like it's exciting. I mean, it came out today, and I'm like, this is real. Like we're gonna get a CS:GO 2 or not Go, but CS 2.
I don't know. God only knows what they're gonna call it. Maybe just Counter-Strike 2. Right. That's what I mean.
Counter-Strike, just to be Counter-Strike as a reboot. But it is on a new engine. That's the exciting part.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on Source 2, brand new engine, no longer Source 1. I'm excited for it. I want to see what it plays like. This is for PC, by the way. I'm assuming it's just for PC. Who knows what they're gonna come out with, with announcements when they come out with it. But PC is primarily where they're gonna run with this.
So, dude, how excited were you when you saw this?
Bro, come on. Are you kidding me?
Dude.
Are you kidding me? Come on. They announced this is not DLC. It's an expansion to the Elden Ring world. When it's, and I'll say this again, it's wild that in 2023, Sensei has been, and yes, I'm speaking to as myself
in third person.
Yeah. That I have come out in a way where it's like, I'm excited for a Souls-like game, and I can't wait for more punishment. That is like wild in 2023. For if you known me for that as a gamer that long, you'd be like, "Yo, that I am advocating this being holy shit. I cannot wait." It's nuts.
So wait, so you load into Elden Ring in a BDSM outfit and whisper softly in the mic, "Hurt me."
Hurt me. I want to be hurt. Like the moment they announced, they didn't even need to tell me a date. Nothing. It's upcoming expansion. I re-downloaded the game. Like, oh, all right, I'm ready.
It's fair to say that nobody. I mean, I understand with the success.
In a year,
right?
This could be like early 2024. I'm ready. I downloaded it. Let's go.
It's fair to say, right, that the success of Elden Ring, like, obviously sparked this. But do you think they were doing this, like, regardless of how well received Elden Ring was? Like,
no.
Or you think it was because of how well received it was? They were like,
I know your brother is the one that in our group that's like the resident Souls person. And he's always said that almost everything has had a DLC for their games.
Yes.
I just didn't think this would have it because remember, this is the first time they've tried an open world like this.
Sure.
I don't think they were thinking they even come out and said it when they released the game. We have no intentions of like we haven't created nothing else. This is it. This is the game. No marketplace, no DLC has been mentioned. Nothing. This is the game. You're gonna play it, enjoy it for hours at a time. The expansion part was duly in part, mainly in part because of the success the game has driven them to the point where they were like, no, I wouldn't say forced, but they had to come out with more on this game. And this is why we're not getting any kind of expansion like dates or apart from this image, there's no other video on nothing. It's just we're working on it because now they're going, it's successful. People want more. Let's bring it to them.
Right.
And the naming is so good. Shadow of the Erdtree is just and the dead Erdtree and oh my god. Oh, crazy. I can't wait. The lore of this game is an amazing thing.
Yeah, thanks to Turpin. Shout out to Turpin for sharing his library because while I have Hogwarts installed, I also installed Elden Ring as well too. Which I'm like, and I got Wulong, so I'm like, all right, well, I can't just go on and start Elden Ring if I don't finish. I gotta play Wulong now. But now, the more I play Wulong, the more I want to play Elden Ring. But I can't go to Elden.
That's the dilemma I'm in, man. Yeah, especially now with Game Pass. Like I find myself, I'm playing Hogwarts, but I'm like, I gotta play Wulong. I gotta play. Like I'm going avoid Twitter. I gotta avoid because everybody's talking about Wulong. It feels like people run through a game and jump to the next one, and I'm stuck going, wait, guys, wait for me. Hold on. I'm trying to finish this first. I think it was Umber Infinite who tweeted out the Wulong thing, and I'm like, bro, slow down. Let me finish Hogwarts first, and then I'll get to Wulong. Like it's one of those moments. But these games don't go nowhere, so it's just one of those things like at your own pace, play it out. But man, this announcement here, Elden Ring. When I tell you, me, Money, and your brother was excited for this announcement. Like we are excited for this announcement. Cannot wait to get punished all over again.
Right.
Do me dirty, Elden Ring, and I don't mean that in a nasty way. Sorry.
Dude, no, it's pretty hype stuff. So definitely look forward to see what they got going at. When do you? Okay, it's March. When do you potentially see this expansion coming out?
Possibly during E3, there'll be like a concept art showing of it, or maybe some sort of
How about like when you see something? How about like an actual release? Like when if you're just throwing, yeah. Like how long?
If they want relevant, I would say this year.
Okay, but like just sometime before the end of the year.
It would be like maybe October, November, December. During I wouldn't even say that because those are heavy hitters that come out
yeah.
But I would say like maybe October, September, like in that area, it'll come out because again, as good as this game is, they still got to keep it relevant. There's so many other games coming out. the relevancy is a key factor in producing these types of content, especially for a game that's Game of the Year.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't think they will wait too long. I think it's probably already in the middle of that production of doing this, because again, it's an expansion, not a full game, but they do make some glorious, DLC expansions when it comes to the other games. So I would expect no less on this one. So I do see it sometime at the September, October mark.
Yeah, my brother made a point in the chat. He goes, they normally drop a trailer when they make announcements like this. So the fact that they didn't kind of, makes him believe that he's looking like end of the year, early next year.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
But and also with them producing in development, which is probably what it is. It's like literally in development, So
this tweet was just to let us know, hey, no, we're working on it. Don't go away yet. We are working on it. Trust us. We're gonna come up with something for you guys. We love it. We're gonna keep expanding on this world. And I'm already thinking future. I hope this is not the end of Elden Ring. I hope after this expansion there's another one, which probably not. But I know Draven's already told me this. That he goes, because even I stopped leveling up after a while on Elden Ring, because what happens with these expansions when it comes to these games, they make it 10 times harder than the actual original game. They make it harder on the expansions than the original game itself. I'm going, holy shit. He goes, so the more you level up, the harder it'll be on the expansion. So you might want to slow down. I was like, I'll just stop. I'll just stop and wait. I'll do that.
All right. Yeah. So from our friends over at IO Interactive, I
think this is your brother's favorite developers right here. Well, at least one of your favorites.
Hitman, of course, absolutely. That's tried and true with my brother for sure. And the original Splinter Cell games as well too. Dude, I remember my brother playing the earlier Splinter Cell games on OG Xbox and stuff like that. And he would play them it's weird because whenever I play sneaking games or things like that, like Metal Gear and stuff, I always used to play them run and gun. My first time playing MGS4, I didn't play it sneakingly. I literally was out there fucking Rambo. Just straight up, just shooting everything and not sneaking.
Tactics was not there.
Watching him play certain games like that and playing it but sneaking kind of inspired me to want to play games like that.
Bro,
and
my older brother hated me when I played games like Splinter Cell,
and
Siphon Filter, and anything sneaky. He hated me because that was me. Saying. I'm the guy that snuck around, took my time, watched the corner, planned it out.
That's literally him.
He'll grab the controller and fucking bulldoze everything like a bull in a china shop. Bro, what are you doing? It doesn't matter. We gotta get to the end. No, I was working on something.
Exactly.
It's crazy, yeah.
So the fact that so we have IO now, so Hitman Studio, they're now moving over to a bold new online fantasy RPG. RPG.
I don't know if it was. I don't know if they would surprise me or not, but I know they're working on a new. I think what's that? Is it a Bond game? Not a Bond. What are they working on?
I don't know. Well, Draven would probably know better. Yep, Draven in the chat.
They're working on something else that's been announced. But this was caught me off guard. I didn't realize they're working on something.
So, first paragraph, they talk about the world of assassination Hitman games. 7 years ago, we launched that world in its infancy and nurtured it to grow. Compromised 3 full games, exciting new game modes, many additional locations, extra targets. Also, the latest update that they did too, that kind of flipped it on its head as well, which has been pretty successful. My brother is getting a kick out of it as well too. Which is also, I believe, on Game Pass. It's still available on Game Pass as well. If you haven't tried it, Hitman on Game Pass. As I'm saying, it's still on Game Pass. Exactly. If you haven't tried it out, definitely, give it a try. Strong vision through a lot of unforeseen events, to ever-expanding world with freedom of approach to its core that we love today, or that we have today. Now we're sharing with all of you. We're embarking on a new adventure, one that expands our creativity, our capabilities, and some sense of identity. We're building a new world, a new IP, online fantasy RPG, a world and a game built from the core to entertain players and expand for many years to come. So this is their fucking Destiny announcement, essentially. Online fantasy RPG. It feels familiar, yet at the same time, IOI is going on a journey unlike we've ever seen before, or we have been on before. This journey is also deeply personal. One began long before we started making games for a living, and it started with the fantasy genre, from fighting fantasy books compelling you to choose your path, along with against wizards, lizards, and kings. So basically, they're kind of just going through their stuff they've kind of always wanted to do this stuff. Almost even talking D&D stuff.
I gotta think that they were inspired by like we just talked about Elden Ring, where the developer was not used to making those open world games, and it was a risk they took creating that kind of world in Souls-like world, and it was good. It was refreshing. It was accepted. I think that inspiration comes here. Like it's like they're used to doing the Hitman game. Not like they're not nowhere near open world. They're semi-open, I would say, not linear, but not open. They like you're free to roam in the sandbox and do however you want to take down your targets in those kind of games. This is something completely different for them, and I'm this is the creativity. That's the theme, I guess, for today's pod. The creativity side of things. I'm enjoying the fact that they're able to open up and do things like this, something they want to do and what they want to create. I like that. I mean, I like this for them. I want to see more of this. And it was James Bond. Thank you, Draven. He said in the chat. But I want to see more of this, man. It's pretty cool. Yes, it is the Dragon project that was announced a long time ago. I just didn't think this was it because I thought Dragon. I'm thinking something else. But James Gordon did say they're working on something Dragon-like, and that could have changed because from the time he said it to now, a lot changes in development.
So they did, to finish it out with a paragraph, this idea that a diverse group of individuals with different skills and strengths can work together and become more than the sum of their parts is what inspires us. It inspires the fantasy world we're building and inspires how we build it. IOI now spans multiple distinct studios from Copenhagen to Malmo in the north and warm Barcelona in the south. All studios take part in making all of our games, including this new endeavor. So they're all hands on deck too, by the way. They're letting you know, like, yo, we are full steam ahead with this, including this new endeavor. People from all over the world with diverse personalities and skill sets are coming together to forge a new beginning. This is just the start of our journey. Yeah, right. The start of our new journey to this world, and we hope, a sense of warmth, the danger, togetherness, and the heart we put into it. And if you do, we would be honored. Oh, so this is also basically like, hey, if you want to come build some dope shit, come join our team. Basically,
they're using it as a spearhead thing.
But they're like, yo, hey, we're making a new game, and if you want to come make this new game with us, come join us. So that's pretty dope. That's exciting to hear from them too. After knowing, listen, when you're synonymous with something, right, and then you go on and you end up trying to do like something completely different, of course people are going to be like, bro, it's hard. People can be skeptical,
For me, the relatable part in that would be like, okay, getting my almost 1,500 followers on Twitter to actually sub to my channel. That's the equivalent to me. Like, it's hard to have someone go, nah, but you're known for Hitman, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know about nothing else. That's it. I don't want to know.
You Hitman.
Yeah, you're Hitman. That's
you Hitman.
You're Hitman. Stop. Like, that's where it's hard. It's not, even though you have this fan base, this like legit fan base that are about your game, doing something like this is still risky because who knows who's gonna come over from Hitman to this or the other game they're working on, which is Bond.
Yep.
Who knows if they will come over to that and say, I'm all for the developer. No, I'm all for Hitman. I don't want nothing but Hitman from you guys. And you got those kind of gamers that they don't want you to try nothing else because they want to, again, preserve the status quo.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a good invite. I like that vision. I like how it was worded. It seemed genuine. It didn't seem like, hey, it's a marketing thing. I want you guys to try this out. Build it, come in 15 days. None of that stuff. It's just, bro, we're trying something different. We hope you come along for the journey. By the way, we're hiring. You want to join this? We're growing. We're hiring. So if you're in the space, let us know. Shoot us an email, a link, or whatever it is. But it's pretty cool. I like when developers can do this, man. Creativity, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah. So, as far as like gaming news and stuff like that, I mean, outside of I think what we were going to end it off with was a little bit of Wukong. Was there anything else that you wanted to mention, talk about?
Wukong or Wulong?
That's what I meant. Did I say Wukong? I'm sorry, I'm in League of Legends brain.
No, because I want Wukong. I really want Wukong. Like,
no. I mean, it's yeah. I said I know. I meant Wulong.
I mean, we had our gaming talk, but there's nothing. Like the topics were solid. There's things we want to talk about, but there's nothing.
Anything pressing? Anything pressing that you would like to address?
No. I mean, apart from social media, man, be nice to each other.
That's that too.
I'll be that guy. I'll be the ambassador here.
Yeah.
Like, be nice to each other, man. Like, at the end of the day, we're playing a hobby. It's a hobby, guys. Like, who cares? Like, what is what? It's a hobby at the end of the day. Let's have fun with it. Let's enjoy each other.
I mean, you guys want to talk shit and like Call of Duty and stuff. Go do that.
It's one of those things. Yeah, right. I said there's one of those things was like, don't wait till years from now where we can go, remember when we had it good like we're good right now.
Yeah.
Like literally the gaming world, as far as how many games we're getting right now, we're good right now. Guys and girls and everybody in between, enjoy this shit. This has been the best time in gaming in very long time. Like we getting games coming from all sides and all RPGs and live service if you're into that stuff, and first party games, multiplayers and single players. Everything is coming at us in such a speed that we can't even. My head's spinning.
Yeah, you can't keep up. Yeah, you can't keep up.
I can't.
Straight up.
Like, you know, it's one of those things. Like enjoy what we have right now. We're in a great space. We are in a great time to be alive when it comes to gaming. So let's enjoy that. And it's just, let's not muddle that with side conversations and let that be the narrative of every game that comes out. Like, do your thing, play your game, and be nice to each other online, man. I ain't trying to peddle that whole stereotype. Oh, be nice, all that stuff. It's just, you know, I have my days too, but let's be good to each other, man, in the gaming space. Let's do that. I see too much of the you know, name calling, and it gets personal, and not that it hasn't happened before, but it's starting to get worse and worse. And now the political side of things is getting into the gaming space. It's like, just play your game. Like let that be why you play games. It shouldn't be nothing else but that. Everything else is noise. It's just, I would say that's about it.
Word. Nice. Have fun chaptering that later.
Fuck.
Man, so I got. I mean, I gave you the rope. So.
Right, it's like fuck. Yeah.
You took the bait. I
did.
So yeah, man. So on the screen, I got Wulong here, and like I said, I was playing a couple of hours earlier today. What's on the screen is the first boss fight, the first interaction. Dude,
I've heard so much about this shit.
I mean, I died. I mean, I think even here in this video, like this one's not that long. I died.
Yeah.
He kills me. I don't know if this is. I think this is a clip that I had though. Like, I think I die and then I think I come back and kill him. Or this might be the clip where I actually just kill him. But that was after I died to him. Like, I mean, I died a lot. Okay, let me just start my first impressions of Wulong. I'm dying a lot. I'm
dying a lot.
I'm dying. I mean, like, it's not really. Once again,
like my Elden Ring experience. I'm dying a lot.
I'm getting my ass kicked. I'm not, you know. So we got attack patterns, and I don't play games with people doing attack patterns. You know, so it's
we're hack and slashers. No, let's say that. Let's be real here. We're hacking. Like, I button mash. I'm the type of gamer that when I play it, I want to button mash and hack and slash.
But I like rhythm. But I like rhythm games and stuff. I feel like I can have good timing and everything like that. So, you know, I get to a point where, by the way, too, I'm not healing here, so I got 2 elixirs on me. You see, my health is like uber low, and I'm over here fighting this guy still. Like, I'm not paying it. Look, I heal for him to just crack me. Boom, do one of those, like when you get one of those like perfect parry hits as well too, dude. I mean, I don't know if you could really.
That AI is absolutely useless.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a scale to it.
Man.
He's, you know, I 8. He hit him for 8. Did you see that? He hit him for 8.
Yeah, 8. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you here for, bro? Like, just stand over there and take pictures, please. Like, make me look good. That's about it. I don't need you to hit him with 8.
I told you this before we went live. I'm getting Dynasty Warriors meets Souls, which is I guess what you're supposed. I mean, it's Koei Tecmo, right? So I guess I'm supposed to be getting those type of vibes. I appreciate a really good Dynasty Warriors game.
It's been okay. Am I saying this right? Sekiro. Are you not getting those?
Sekiro. I've never played Sekiro, but I know it's definitely probably of that ilk. I mean, I'm sure other people that have definitely played Souls-like games and stuff could probably speak more to it. I've never really been like, I've watched people play Souls-like games. I've watched speedruns of Souls games because I find that enjoyable. But me myself have never gone in and actually played through games. And like I said, like playing this game, once again, this is not a game that I would have purchased. But even here, my couple hours like playthrough here, I was really enjoying myself. I'm enjoying the difficulty. I'm enjoying not being able to like rush right through. I'm getting satisfaction out of doing pairing, like perfect pairing and stuff like that. It feels gratifying when you do it.
Pairing,
right, exactly. Blocking. Being able to, to do damage and stuff, like it feels good when you're starting to kind of like click, make all of that click together and stuff. And obviously with time, you'd hope to get better. Like that camera angle, like when he goes for that up air attack, like I parried that. Like
I was having this conversation with your brother. You can like this surprise. You can block everything here. Everything.
Yeah,
magic, projectiles, what like you could block it.
There's also a blocking stance too that I wasn't doing. I also wasn't using like you have like spells that you can cast it.
Heavy stance and light stance with the blocking.
Yeah. So like I wasn't doing that like right away as well too.
I like how the game test like they test you right from the get go. Like
yeah,
you're gonna find out and what is it? Fuck around and find out what kind of game we are. You're not gonna get these bosses like you think you are. Like it's the art of parrying and deflecting and blocking and just the whole cinematic thing. The take of it, it's pretty cool. It's what Elden Rings taught me. It taught me how to take a step back, maybe 3, sometimes 5,
right?
And go, okay. How do I attack this guy? That's the part that I liked about Elden Ring. Now, does this do that for me? I don't. What will it do for me? My question to you is, when you die, do you feel like, oh my god, this is too overwhelming, uninstall? Or do you feel like, no, that's on me?
No, I 100% I feel that's only because it's a skill issue. Like, you know how we joke around and be like, oh, skill issue, get better. Like where we say like, oh, there's a cheater in my lobby. It's like, oh, that's a skill issue, just get better.
Yeah,
like,
just get good.
It's like, oh, he can see you through a wall, skill issue, just like, you know, pre-aim. Right? So it's like, no, legitimately, no, all jokes aside, it's a skill issue. I'm dying because I'm not blocking the attacks. I'm not registering, like, in my mind, the combos, the pattern, like, you know what I mean? What pattern the boss has and stuff like that. So if for me, yeah, 100%, it definitely feels like, no, I could have played that better. And when I die and stuff like that, like I'm dying to like just stupidity just because I was attacking when I should have been guarding or getting ready to parry and stuff like that. Because, you know, and I do appreciate games that allow you to do that. Like, you know, I think of like the Arkham games, but there's also no direct, and maybe there's sound cues and stuff, but like when you are surrounded by multiple enemies, I don't know if, you know, I know Draven said that you could literally parry everything or block everything, like, but I don't know if there's a way that you could like almost, or even like Assassin's Creed where you could like guard, like even you could be fighting somebody, like the targeting system. If you're fighting somebody in front of you and somebody's attacking you from behind, if you could still guard that ability if you time it properly, even if you're not facing them, like, you know what I mean? Because that's one thing that I found myself kind of getting turned around with was just target transitioning, to be able to, like, you know, like I'm targeted on the enemy that's all the way in the back, but I want to be targeted in the front. So when I try to go guard something, it's like, it's weird, like, you know. So it could, but once again, I right now I'm chalking that up to user error. Because I'm just not. It's fucking user error. I'm just not used to the game yet and stuff like that. But I'm just really enjoying the time that I've played with it.
Like the memes I'm seeing in the tweets and like, oh, this game is not for me. Uninstall. Like I can appreciate somebody trying the game and saying it's not for me. I don't play this type of style of game. I can appreciate that, but we're getting people's like, no, and the combat is like, this is no good. Like making excuses for how bad they are at the game. Like, it's okay to admit that it's not your type of game. Move on. You don't have to bash it for what it is. Like right. That's the part that makes me laugh. I sit there and I read these tweets and I'm like, that's so hilarious. Like, you don't play these types of games. We all see this tweets you do, all the games you be playing, and then you sit there and shit on a game that it's not for you. It's like, why do we react that way? It's like we feel like we offended, like somebody offended us. Like, no, it's not me. It's the game. It sucks. It's the combat is bad. It's okay. Move on. You play your Call of Duty. Play your whatever hack and slash you want to play. Whatever it is you play that and feel good about yourself. Like, it's okay to admit it's not for you. The get good is a real thing. It was for me in Elden Rings, man. It's a real thing.
I mean, and there's a whole character creation aspect to it in the beginning as well, too, which I definitely appreciated as well. I think here, I'll put it up in a second. I'm loading it up now. Yeah, because I had recorded, like, the first bit. So, like, you get through this whole first part. Is good? It looks, yeah, no, it looks good, but it you know, it's like when I'm playing, it looks good. The cutscenes look good as well too. I mean, I'm playing on PC, but also too. Here's the thing. I'm going to preface this. I literally, when I play games, you know me, I always go for performance. Oh, so I take
the chromatic shit off, and the blur stuff,
whatever. Which they kind of don't give you those type of options. It's pretty much, it's really straightforward, because this is where I feel like this was just a straight up like PC port versus like it was tailored with PC. Like it works on PC, but I feel like it was just ported from like, obviously the console versions. They're it's limited what they're giving you graphics options wise. It's not the bad thing. Like you could change your frame rate 60, 120. You could do 120. Okay. Yeah, you could also favor where it's like favor performance or favor quality. Yeah, so like I have it on 120, but I have it on favoring performance, not on quality. So I think it could probably look better. But even this whole thing too, they have like like I spent the first like 5 minutes making a character, like messing around with the making my guy and stuff like that, like adding a beard, adding marks and stuff like that, and doing like it's a pretty decent character creation tool as well too, which I wasn't expecting. I didn't even know that it had. I put gray in my beard as well because I have gray in my beard.
I see that. That looks good though. I like the hair, the gray streaks. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you do all of that, and then you go through the stuff. And like I said, just the game does a good job in like explaining to you, like initially. I like the pacing of the game. I like moving around, but it just reminds me of like if you've watched Souls games and stuff like that, but also in like the Dynasty Warriors universe. And I think you had mentioned as well too. There are characters that you've seen that were in like Dynasty Warriors games that like appear in this. So yeah, no, I am definitely enjoying it. I'm excited to go play more of it, and I just have to emphasize again, this is not a game that I would have bought. I'm just being honest. I wouldn't have bought this game.
I mean, if we're having this discussion, this conversation, we gotta be honest about these type of things. Like, we're not guys. We're not those type of gamers that are gonna cap because we're preferencing Xbox or PC, and it's got to be good because we're gonna be honest with you guys. Like this is a game as good as it looks, as beautiful as it plays. I was not gonna go out and buy it because it was just not. It's automatically one of those games like I don't know. It's not for me automatically. But Game Pass, breaks that wall down for us, man. It just breaks it down to the point where it's like I have no excuses. I don't. I got Game Pass. Why am I not playing this? Why am I at least trying it out? Like I have no more excuses unless I'm not about to get. I'm just not. I know it's not for me. Then I'm not even gonna do that. Like I'm not even gonna try to even download it. But at the end of the day, it's there. If you have Game Pass, it's literally there. Go play it.
Yeah.
If you want to pay for it, pay for it. But I wasn't gonna buy this. Like I wasn't. And that's not speaking ill of it.
No. Yeah. But that's because once again, and I truly mean this. It really goes down to the type of gamer that you are. Like the type of gamer that I am, I prefer shooters. I prefer like looter shooters, like Destiny. Absolutely. Yeah. I prefer games like League of Legends, like PC. I prefer games like Counter-Strike. I have a preference. So for me to want to go and play another game like that, I have to be drawn to it, not just because everybody says it's good. And also too, it helps that I don't have to pay for like anything extra than what I'm already paying for it.
Really, yep, it does.
It does. So yeah.
I mean, I've been very vocal about the whole review. I care about like reviews and I can care less. It doesn't sell me or not sell me on a game. For me, it's more of I want to play it. If I can play it myself through a demo, game, whatever, like if I can play it and see for myself, I would trust my 40 or not 40, but 30 plus, I'll say 25 plus years of gaming. I would trust that. And then if you can give me this where I can literally sit there and go, oh, I can download and play it myself. Now you're giving me the power to go, I fuck with this. Yeah. And here's the kicker. I can like the game so much that now I'm going, you know what? I'm buying this shit. I want to own it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's where I'm at when it comes to gaming. That's where I've evolved to.
For sure.
It's like I appreciate Game Pass to the point where that if the game is that much, like Elden Ring was not a Game Pass, but Elden Ring was not something I wanted to buy. I wanted to get. I don't know what on that game said buy me, but I bought it because it's just let me buy it. I want to try it out because I love open world games, and it changed my mind completely. So to the point where now these type of games I have an open mind for.
Right.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah,
look at that. That's nice. I like that.
Oh yeah, this is where I was just messing around. Like there's like a whole thing.
I like that.
I don't even know what it's for, but I could do it. Like it was like that's what I mean. It was one of those. It was like I don't know why I could do it, but I could do it.
What I can do.
There's different like there really does seem like there's a lot of depth with the game as well too, which is also refreshing. Which once again is another reason why this excites me. Like to play through this and then go and like play like a game like Elden Ring. Like just the amount of depth, the fact that you could have different builds. Because there's definitely different weapons. There's definitely, there's heavy weapons. There's lighter weapons. There's ranged weapons. It's just, there's a lot of different things. And then just how you build out your guy, like how you level him up, or girl, whatever, like how you level them up that kind of determines like your play style, because there's armor and there's weapons that kind of go towards.
Well, the
like,
demo, I kind of got a light version of that.
There's 5 different, there's 5 different like kind of disciplines, I guess, and there are armor pieces that work better with certain disciplines than other disciplines. So it's just and it's really so like the whole build crafting and thing is there. There's rarity to the gear as well too and stuff.
You're selling me on it so bad right now.
Dude,
you really said like. Apart from what I already know about
this is, but I'm 2 hours. I'm not even 2 hours in. I'm like an hour in. It was that's me dying. That's another thing too. It was like the first I died. Like and just I think I had elixirs on me and stuff like that. Like I'm not used to the whole thing of like healing and in that loop and stuff like that. So yeah, man.
Defeats.
Yeah, but yeah, no.
It's a crushing defeat with like those death screens are the best. It's always the best. Like, oh my god, I let's do it again. Now, let me ask you, how's the save point in this game? Like when you die, I see like you're right there again.
Oh no, like so that
is it forgiving?
When I got to that boss area, right? So the video that I showed when I was fighting the boss, if you die at any part of the boss fight, you're going back to that save flag like from before. So like you have to. So like if that boss was a 2-phase, right? So I got through the first phase, and then I died. Generally, like I would get through the first phase, or I wasn't getting through the first phase initially a couple of times, and I was just dying. But every time, like you go back to that, you go back in, start fighting, get to the second phase. If you die in the second phase, it doesn't matter. You go back and then you have to do the first phase over again. But once again, it's that so it doesn't send you all the way back, but it kind of just tells you like, no, listen, there's no little shortcuts here. Like you got to beat them all the way through. So learn. So you better learn, and if you don't learn, it's all right. Keep dying. You'll learn.
Yeah. All right. You don't want to learn? Keep dying. You eventually you either uninstall and hate us for it, or you're gonna get good.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah. So I definitely just wanted to bring it up as well too, just because I know I had mentioned it in there, and also too, just I guess on the tail end of it, I didn't put it in the title like for the podcast and stuff like that just so we'd have something to talk about. It's new and it's exciting, and I wanted to personally talk about it because I wanted to play it. I've had a busy week, so from when it came out and just doing stuff, like I my only time that I was able to play it was a couple hours before we started the pod, but yeah, so I'm definitely looking back to go and I'll have more to talk about obviously next week with it.
I'm playing it. I mean, I'm almost done with like I said, I only got like 4 achievements, and out of the 4, 3 of them are just replaying it with different houses.
Yeah.
To like a certain point of the game, which is like the first 30 minutes of the game, so it's all good once I finish that. And then the one that I think I might give up on, because it just seems like not that it's buggy, but it's just the tracking on it is ridiculous for the challenges. Like I gotta find these 3 chests that I'm so confused at where they're at because my whole map shows completed 100%. Like I got every single thing. And there's nothing showing that I'm missing. And I'm like, okay, where are these things? Where can I get them at? And it's implying that it's like, I got to get them through a chest. The last 3 things I'm missing to complete the 100% on it. And I'm like, what chest? I got every single chest in the game. Like I got literally, I got 4 days on this game.
Right.
I got every damn chest pop. I even got the chests that were not written in by the devs. I got those chests.
That's funny.
Like, what are you talking about? So no, I feel myself finishing it either today or tomorrow, and I'll be definitely jumping over long. I think I have a co-op date with your brother on it because he already invited me. Said, "Hey man, you want to co-op it up? We can do so." So I'm excited. That's even like that to share that experience with someone else that loves these type of games. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't mention that, but this has a full co. I guess you were saying too. You could play through this game co-op.
I didn't know like that part. So because remember, I played the demo and it was just you. I didn't realize they were going to implement, even though your brother did say. It was just like that on Neo 1 and Neo 2. But I didn't know that it was going to implement co-op this way. Like, I didn't think you could play from start to finish co-op. I was like, oh, shit, you could do that. That doesn't necessarily mean it makes the game easier. Don't go thinking that.
Right.
It literally, it curves that difficulty.
It'll scale,
it'll scale you completely. So that first boss becomes even harder. And now you have 2 people uninstalling at the same time raging. Fuck this game! In unison.
Yep. Yeah, man. So
I'm excited to try out though.
Word. That's all I got for the week, man.
And that's what we got. So we saved the chat, kind of saved the chat from Call of Duty talk this week. But expect if anything goes weird on the Call of Duty side, expect more talk on Call of Duty because it is the game.
Yeah.
that we feature a lot on this pod, Halo, coming up this week, right?
Yeah, man. This week? The 7, 2 days. So we'll definitely have some. We'll have some early season impressions of that. I will be on that for sure.
Coming up this week. Looking forward to whatever the week brings. But topics were solid today. We talked about the Phil Spencer interview on Xbox On, which I found out that Xbox On is an official channel through the chat. Thank you guys for that. Learning something every day is a blessing. We spoke about Wulong. Of course, we ended it with Wulong, but we spoke about everything between that. MLB The Show. That's coming up. Is it this week?
I think the early access.
Oh, early. Finbro's talking about it. Early access.
Yeah.
If you get the Game Pass. That's something they did last year, right?
Yeah. If you pay, I forget, because they're doing it on both as well too. Because you have to pay whether it's on PlayStation or Xbox. You got to pay to get it early. Let's see.
Yobi does have a question for us. He says, "Question for the panel."
Yeah, man. We can do that.
What type of game would you make with unlimited funds?
For me, I would make a Borderlands-like game. Personally, yeah, like a Borderlands-like game that had shooting mechanics of Destiny. So, like, basically, I would just make like the best version of Destiny I could possibly make. That would be the type of games.
Yeah, I would.
But I would make Destiny with a Mass Effect type story, if that makes sense. I would take like the story. I would somehow manage to take the story of like Mass Effect. Basically the best version of a game for me is the story of Mass Effect, but with gameplay and the mechanics and the loop of Destiny. That's my perfect world.
I would have to stick to my forte, my strengths, which would be a multiplayer game, but bringing it back to its glory days and not the fluffy stuff that we've been playing lately. Like I would make like a Call of Duty game type style, but back to the way it used to be, where it wasn't so much of the kill streak, so much of the perk system being this and that. Like I would go back to basics on that type of game, and then just keep adding to that. I think I would stick to my strengths. Like I would do that, and just play on the nostalgia of things, because it is at the end of the day, game like. Actually, I'm lying. I'll take that back. Give me a redo on that. SOCOM. I'll do a third person over the shoulder shooter.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
That played like if you took SOCOM and you basically brought it to now, like to 2023. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
There's not much of that in the industry right now.
I would
do that game right there. Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. I'll do that one, Yobi. So you got that from me, and then you got the one that Lodge was talking about. So yeah, that's what we'll do with our funds if it was unlimited. Are you gonna fund that, or how do we ask?
I'm saying
where do we apply?
It makes my guy, I think, just hit like one of those lottos for like 400 mil.
Yeah, I think he was one of those $100 million guys.
Something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So is it an application for this, or do we DM you? How does this work?
Yeah, right.
We need to know.
Shinrock's going Power Stone. I love Power Stone, man. It makes me want to break out a Dreamcast every time I hear somebody say Power Stone. Telling you.
If I become a billionaire tomorrow, I'll keep you.
I bet. Let's go. Let's get it. Doing both.
Max, no printer.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's pretty much our topics for the week. Solid topics for us. We talk about what we love and enjoy. But yeah, man. Other than that, I'm looking forward to everything and anything entertainment wise. This should be a big week for gaming, especially for the Halo community. I do believe this week I'm gonna go on a limb on this one. I think we finally get the announcement of the Starfield the showcase when that's gonna happen. I think we get a date on it finally.
That would be dope.
Being that it's in March now, that we are in March, so we're probably gonna get some of that. That's just me speculating. I don't have sources. I don't do that. But I'm speculating that it might be something like that. Yeah, that's it.
And then just to clarify, the MLB early access was for March 24th.
MLB, yeah.
The early access for $44.99. So that's the.
Do they have the World Baseball Classic in that game?
I don't know. They did add the Negro League this year, which is a big W.
That's a
and all the players has diamonds and stuff like that. This 23 is going to be legit this year for sure. Diamonds from day one as well too. It's going to be like Diamond Dynasty from day one is going to be legit. And even if you're like if you're no money spent, it's going to be like a lot of fun to play. Like I'm excited.
It's probably a separate thing, but
dude, I'm trying to get my hand on an Xbox again just so I can fucking play MLB.
Yeah. The cloud thing you having it.
I mean, I'm gonna do it until I get one. But I'm telling you, that's one of the things that's on the
purposes. Yeah.
It's on the list, man. Just getting an Xbox back. We'll see maybe if somebody on OfferUp, if they got an Xbox.
It's easy not again. Like at least where I live at in Florida, like you can literally walk into.
I could buy one brand new, no issue.
PlayStations and Xbox are on the shelf like nothing. Now it's like, okay, there it is. I remember when it was $1,500 just to get one. Up there.
Exactly. Or I might even take in what I think Paulie, I mentioned the
program, the loyalty program, what do they call that?
Where you could get the Xbox with the Game Pass service. Monthly. That might actually be
I think that's even without interest. That's just straight up.
That might be the vibe.
Ooh, I'm already choking. Water time.
Yeah, Series S is $240 on the Microsoft Store. I'm saying, I'm saying.
You think that drops this year again?
No. Maybe 240. I think 240 maybe 200, but that would be ballsy.
I say they keep it at 249.
I think 240.
Bundle it with a game.
250 is really good, to be honest.
They'll bundle it with a game. They'll give you a game for it. So
yeah, and also sell. Listen, for being a 500 gig, console and stuff like that. Sell a couple of games on it. It's solid.
Oh, I did want to mention this for those who don't know. If you use a cloud a lot and you're online on Xbox, you do get snitched out a lot about you using cloud. I don't know if you guys knew this, but anytime and what I mean by this, I'll explain. If you're online, obviously, I'm the offline bandit, is what they call me. Call myself. That's self-proclaimed. If you're online and your friends list sees you online, anytime you access the cloud service through your console, in and out, it literally logs you on as if you're logging on for the first time. I see the notification that you're logging on.
Yeah.
And it's been like this for quite some time. And I'm thinking, when is Xbox even gonna? And it's been told to them, like through the program that I'm in, the Insider program, is one of those things that's been mentioned over and over. Like, are you guys gonna ever get?
Yeah, like people just trying to game, but they still trying to be like offline, and they're not trying to make their shit known. It
can get annoying. It's not the fact that you're logging on over. Like it could get annoying seeing the pops all the time. The pops, like, okay, what's going on here? And I use it a lot myself because I've said this before. I use it for, like, I do rewards a lot. And a lot of times the rewards is like, oh, log into this game, log into that game and get your points this way. It does that. So I do end up doing that. So I use cloud for that rather than downloading a full game just to get points out of it. I go to the cloud and just get it that way really fast. So being that I'm offline, you don't see me coming on and off all the time because I'm offline.
Word.
And ironically enough, is the main reason why I went offline permanently is because of that. Because I had a lot of people telling me, "Hey, bro, what's going on? It's getting annoying." And I respected that honesty. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It could be annoying. So I put myself offline, and ever since then I have not. But I wish Xbox would get around that stuff and fix your damn Microsoft Rewards app. It's slow as shit right now. Oh, that's about it. That's what I got.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's get out of here. All right, guys, enjoy your Sunday. Episode 79 in the bag, in the book bag.
Yeah, in the bag, in the book, the books in the bag.
The book's in the bag. Stay tuned for an announcement exciting announcement for me joining as a guest on another podcast.
Word.
That's going to happen soon. So expect that announcement on Twitter. It'll happen soon. I just don't want to say it because it's not my place to announce that stuff.
For sure.
But thank you guys for coming in on another beautiful Sunday. If it's beautiful on your way, if not, that you were able to join us today, it was a beautiful thing. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for your support. We are at 455. Goal is still 545 away, so I appreciate you guys. And no matter how you do it, you guys talk us up. Stubbs, Timber, Shin, Yobi, and the rest of you guys, man. If I missed you, it's not on purpose, man. I love you guys. Thank you guys for coming out every single Sunday, showing up and showing out. The support is very well documented. I appreciate you guys. But other than that, man, until next week, Logic, anything else?
No, that's it, man.
Happy fucking gaming, everybody.
Later.